On a cool, overcast Wednesday night, K13 Media welcomes you to Zebulon, Georgia, as we are getting you ready for Pike County Pirate baseball tonight at the Jack here at Pike County High School. Tonight, the Pirates are back at home getting ready to take on the Red Devils, who have made the trip from Jackson, Georgia, here for another big Region 2 AA contest here this evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. I'm Chad Feltman with K13 Media, joined by the crew here with me tonight. To my immediate right, running and producing and directing the show this evening, it is the one and only Michael Penn. To his right, we've got Mr. Greg Parrott, and to my left, Chris Childress is sitting beside me, and high above us tonight, the PA announcer for the Pirates is Michael Moody. So the gang is all here. It is great to be back with you for Pirate baseball. We were supposed to do this last night, but because of the rain and the storms that came through a few days ago, the field just was a little too saturated, and we could not get the game in. So here we are this evening, and boy, this place could not look any better than what it does right now. Grass freshly cut. The dirt has been scraped and dragged, and oh boy, it is going to be a great night for some high school baseball with two teams who know each other very well, two head coaches who are best friends and have known each other for over 30, 35 years. They're going to be going at it here tonight. So we got a lot on the line, not just the game between the teams, but some bragging rights between the coaches and the fans. And we are going to have ourselves a fun night of high school baseball. Again, it's Jackson and it's Pike County. And joining me here to my left this evening to help me call the game, we'll start off and introduce you to Mr. Chris Childress, who is straight out of the courtroom here tonight, ready to lay the law down in Zebulon, full suit and everything. You did lose the tie, though.
I took the tie off, and I just took the tie off, too. Yeah, I met Jackson in the middle here in Zebulon. I came from Upson. They came from Jackson. We're in Zebulon. And
yes, Zebulon, not Peachtree City.
Not Peachtree City. Yeah. You fixed that months ago, I believe.
Yes.
No, man, I'm excited to be here. It's been a long day of court, so I'm ready for a great day of baseball. I'm glad that God answered a prayer for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This game was scheduled for yesterday, and you weren't going to be able to hang with us, and there was nothing I'm sure you loved more than wanting to dang call this one Jackson versus Pike.
Well, when I got the phone call from Greg Parrott Monday night, and he said, "Hey, have you heard the news?" I was like, "No, what is it?" He said, "We're playing Jackson Wednesday." I could have come through the phone and given Greg Parrott a kiss right on the cheek. So I was glad to get that phone call, Greg. But this is a game that means a lot to a lot of people. Yes, I'm one of those people. Of course, my hometown of Jackson, where I grew up, went to school. know these coaches and these players in this program very well. But on the flip side, it's a Pike County team that, of course, you know better than anybody here. Your son is the head coach, Blake Parrott. But you're going up against a guy tonight from Jackson who's almost kind of like a son to you, Greg, and Ryan Duffy from the Jackson Red Devils.
He is. I've known him since he was probably about 6, 7 years old. Blake and him went head-to-head in Dixie Youth Baseball in the All-Stars. And I just got to know him and his family, good people.
Yep.
And a baseball family's tight, you know. On the field, we're competitive. Outside the lines, there's all love.
Well, so, hold on a minute. Was he ever here the other night? Was he ever here as a friend or as a scout for Jackson?
Yes. Exactly.
He was here as a scout, no doubt.
And he was trying to hide until T. Carmichael called him out. Ryan Duffy. He's out here. He's hitting fungo right now. I know he wants to turn around and hit one of those balls right here at the net behind home plate. He hears us talking. He's smiling out there on the field. But it is great to have Jackson here tonight. Of course, Jonathan Wilson, one of the assistant coaches for Jackson, he played with Ryan Duffy at Jackson High School, a former Red Devil baseball player. And it is so deep at Jackson High School in baseball that longtime coach Charlie Biles, that everybody in the Butts County world knows, used to coach at Jackson, actually coached my baseball team in 1998 at Henderson Middle School. We were the first Henderson Middle School baseball team. Coach Biles still with the program. He's not really coaching much anymore, but he's driving the bus, and he says he loves this bus driving retirement gig. So we've even got Coach Charlie Biles here with us tonight. It's going to be a fun night of high school baseball. The lights are on. We are expected to have tonight's first pitch coming up at 6 p.m. Right now, we are just kicking back, having some fun in the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to give you tonight's starting lineups, let you know where everybody is going to be hitting and where they'll be playing on the field. And we should have the first pitch coming up very, very soon from Pike County. It's K13 Media's live coverage of Pike County Pirate Baseball. Why is now the best time to buy a new Ram truck from Countryside in Jackson? Here's 3 reasons you can't ignore. Number 1, qualified buyers can take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Number 2, make no payments for 90 days on all new 2026 Ram trucks. And number 3, Countryside will pay the state sales tax on your new 2026 Ram truck. That's right, Countryside is paying your state sales tax, saving you thousands. Need another reason? Ram features the best warranty of any truck in the industry. 10 years, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. See why so many people are making the switch to Ram at Countryside in Jackson. Shop their huge online inventory of new Ram trucks at countrysideautomotive.com, and let's find your new ride at Countryside. Welcome back to the Jack in Zebulon. We are just about 10 minutes away from first pitch tonight. Jackson taking on Pike County here this evening. And our coverage of Pirate Baseball tonight being presented in part by Express Sanitation Services. Kyle Cagliani and the crew at Express Sanitation Services, a great partner of K13 Media's. And listen, Express Sanitation offers a number of residential trash pickup services for those living in Pike and Spalding counties, including curbside and backdoor pickup. Quarterly rates start at just $86, and if you've got a lot of trash you need hauled away, Express Sanitation also offers dump trailer rental by the day starting at just $150. For more information on all of their services and to pay your bill, visit express-sanitation.com. Chris Childress tonight was not out doing trash. He is dressed up, still in his suit over here beside us. Did I hear you say you had 8 cases today in one day? Was that right?
That's correct, man. Look, that's kind of usual for me is when you get into a courtroom and everybody wants you to represent them, you do what you can to help them.
Did you go 8-0 today? Because we don't let losers come to the broadcast.
Yeah, well, you know, you sent me a text earlier and called me a loser. I almost sent you a text back and said you must be talking to Jody.
I've sent Chris quite a few texts the last few days that were not very friendly. But
we were quite successful today, man. Look, I got a couple friends out here on the field.
Yeah, you hold on to that. We're gonna tell everybody who the umpires are here in just a few minutes. So hold on your love fest for the umpires here tonight. But it's just great to be here at the ballpark. 2 programs in region play tonight. Of course, Jackson early on in region play, so far so good. They are 2-0 in the region. They had 2 Mercy Rule wins against Rutland last week back in Jackson. Pike County currently sitting at 1-2 in region play. We wrapped up our series with Callaway. Of course, we lost here last Wednesday, but bounced back to split last Friday in Hogansville. And Greg Parrott, those were 2 games you were at. We lost that first one in extra innings, but beat the mess out of them in game 2. And from what I heard, a completely different-looking Pike County team last Friday compared to what we saw here last Wednesday.
Yes, it was. First game over there, it was back and forth, And then late in the game, they got the timely hit and we didn't. And they won that first game over there. Second game, we played relaxed. And we took it to them 12-1.
Well, and taking a look at tonight's starting lineup, which we'll go through here in just a moment, but it looks like based on what happened last week in Hogansville, we're going to see a same list of players tonight in that starting lineup for the Pirates. So we're going to hear those starters in just a couple of moments, as right now at home plate, you've got Ryan Duffy, the head coach for the Jackson Red Devils, and Blake Parrott, the head coach for the Pike County Pirates. Again, 2 longtime best friends going up against each other here tonight. And, well, Coach Ryan Duffy from Jackson, they were so eager to get here today. They got here about 2 hours early. They were very, very excited to get here today. And, of course, we had to cut up and talk a little trash on them here today. But I think one of the funnest things, Greg, between your son Blake and Ryan Duffy, the head coach for the Jackson Red Devils, these two held on to their starting lineups like it was a national treasure. They did not want to let them go to us for anything. We were waiting to see who was going to blink first, who was going to give up that lineup card first. But it was pretty funny, and that's something they're pretty much known for.
Hey, that's the way them two are. They battle it out in anything. they're like brothers, and they go at it.
Well, Chris Childress, for those wondering, it was Blake Parrott for Pike County who brought us the lineup card first.
Wow.
And it was funny because as soon as Blake dropped his off at the table, we looked down to the dugout to our left, and Ryan Duffy pops out of the dugout, pokes his head up, and is like, ha-ha, I won. And then I asked Ryan 10 times for his lineup card, and he was not budging, not bringing us anything until Blake brought us his first.
Well, he certainly hears you out there, because I think he just picked some dirt up in the box and threw it back at you, Chad.
Neither one of them are as good with their lineup cards as Mike Oberg at Lamar County. Now, he is the best. That is the third member of these two right here who cut up and have a big time. So I wish there was a way we could have a round-robin tournament one weekend down the road with Pike, Jackson, and Lamar, and these 3 head coaches. We could do some kind of podcast or something. They would all probably be in human resources Monday morning and fighting for their jobs, but I promise you it would be hilarious to get those 3 around. And Jackson has played Lamar a couple of times this year. They split with the Trojans. Of course, next year Lamar will be in the same region with our Pike County Pirates. So who knows, maybe next year we'll get that trifecta between the 3 of them. But it's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Going to be some jokes thrown around, but in all seriousness, we're hoping for a very, very good ball game between 2 evenly matched teams here tonight, the Jackson Red Devils and the Pike County Pirates. Again, they are both in region play here tonight. Jackson 2-0, and they are going to be down the third base line. To our left, Pike County is 1-2 in region play, and they're going to be down the first base line tonight. Pike County this evening going to be in their bright red tops with the white pants. The Red Devils are going to be in their faded red, and those kind of look like gray pants. Some may be white, some may be gray, but looks like a darker red and gray for the Red Devils. An orangish red, as Greg Parrott put it a couple of weeks ago, the first time we saw this color scheme for the Pirates. So we're just waiting on the 2 head coaches to shake hands. Blake Parrott is showing Ryan Duffy and the umpires behind the plate some characteristics of the ballpark, looking down the lines. And now, Chris, you can very quickly tell us who our umpires are tonight.
Oh, man, my 2 good buddies, Bobby Harrison's going to be behind the plate, and Steve McDaniel's going to be out in the field. 2 longtime guys, longtime Blues. They've probably been blueing now for, 35 years or so. So I would imagine that if we're going to throw in some jokes tonight, we could throw jokes at these guys too. And, yes, I called them Blues, even though I heard that
you heard right.
Yeah, that is another one of your pet peeves, though it's not the third one that you left us hanging on.
But I figured out what that third one was.
What was the third one?
I'll explain a little bit later
okay,
on. Because I want to recap my first 2 baseball pet peeves. But as I was driving today, it hit me what the third pet peeve was, Greg Parrott. I remember what it is.
And you know what? You can tell he's a radio man because that's a teaser.
That's right.
Yeah.
He wants you to come back and listen.
Keep on hanging around for a
That's
little bit.
right.
Oh, they're going to come back and listen to this game.
It's
this
funny,
is
though,
Jackson Pike.
I didn't remember my pet peeve until I was talking with Chris Childress, so it all kind of makes sense. You know?
Yeah, I'm a pet. Yeah, I'm your fourth pet peeve. I'm a bonus peeve.
That is absolutely right. Jackson and Pike County here tonight. We are at the Jack in Zebulon. It has turned out to be a gorgeous Wednesday night. A little cool out here. Overcast skies, 55 degrees is our current temperature. I don't know what these guys are talking about here at home plate. Maybe we're, talking about Thanksgiving this year, what Greg's going to be cooking this weekend, but it's not like these guys haven't talked 15 times this week already, And now they got your two friends, the umpires, up here.
Yeah,
we should have put the microphone at home plate and listened to this conversation.
Well, it's 5:58. I think they might be just trying to get that 6 o'clock first pitch.
Maybe so. So,
yeah, no.
You guys just want to sit here and I guess just hang out. Oh, there's the handshake. All right, they are done.
We go. They listen to you.
That means it is time now to go upstairs for tonight's starting lineups and to bring us the voice of the Pike County Pirates here in Zebulon, Michael Moody.
All right, baseball fans, your lineups for tonight's matchup between the Jackson Red Devils and your Pike County Pirates, presented by K13 Media. First for Jackson, leading off playing center field, number 1, Kanan Bernhardt. Batting second and pitching, number 3, Juan Vega. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 18, Carver Couch. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 4, Evan Novotny. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 10, Lucas West. Batting sixth at first base, number 15, Lincoln Sears. Batting seventh at second base, number 14, Carter Cauthen. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 5, Copeland Kersey. And catching, batting ninth, number 2, John Worden. And now, fans, for your 2026 Pike County Pirates. Leading off, catching, number 3, M.T. Moody. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 13, Sawyer Selman. Batting third, playing third, number 17, Walker Stiltner. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 5, Jarrett Morris. Batting fifth at first base, number 14, Max Harris. Batting sixth, starting in left field, number 6, Ashton Owens. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 27, Daniel Jones. In center field, batting eighth, number 7, Lyric Scott. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 16, Kobe Ivester. And your starting pitcher for the Pirates, number 9, Allen Majors. The Pirates are led by Brandon Harrison, Michael Pierce, Craig Chapman, and head coach Blake Parrott.
All right, now that we have tonight's starting lineups, it is time to bring you tonight's pregame prayer presented by Pastor Billy Smith at Christ Chapel Church in Zebulon.
Good evening, Pirate fans. Pastor Billy Smith here from Christ Chapel Church in Zebulon, Georgia. Tonight's game is at the Jack, right here in Pike County. We'll be facing the Red Devils from Jackson, Georgia. Would you bow your heads and let's start tonight with a word of prayer. Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for your goodness and your kindness, for such a wonderful community that we get to live in and enjoy. Would you bless our coaching staff, our players, our school system, and let them play tonight to the best of their ability. Keep them safe. In the wonderful name of Jesus. Amen. We gather on Sunday mornings at Christ Chapel at 8 o'clock, 9:30, and 11:15. 3 identical services. We'd love to have you. 8 o'clock, 9:30, or 11:15 on Sunday mornings. Have a wonderful day, and let's go Pirates.
Dedication, compassion, and integrity. We've got the experience and expertise. When you need some help and you feel like there's nowhere to go, you can count on us for everything you need to know. The Sellers Law Firm, where clients become family.
All right, looks like we are just about ready to go here tonight in Zebulon. Glad to have everybody on the broadcast. Again, we are coming to you inside the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth right behind home plate alongside of Chris Childress and Greg Parrott and Michael Penn. I'm Chad Feltman with K13 Media. It's a wonderful night to be at a ballpark, and we are glad to have you here with us at the Jack in Zebulon. And also, it was great to have Michael Moody, the public address announcer here for Pike County High School, bringing us our starting lineups this evening. In case you missed them, let's tell you one more time how Pike County is going to line up defensively here tonight. It's going to be Ashton Owens in left, Lyric Scott in center. Jarrett Morse is in right field tonight. Across the infield, Walker Stiltner is at third. Kobe Ivester is at shortstop. Daniel Jones is at second base tonight. Max Harris is at first. MT Moody is behind the plate. And doing the pitching tonight, the tall righty wearing number 9 is going to be Alan Majors on the mound for the Pirates. He will face Kanan Bernhardt, the center fielder. Juan Vega will bat second. Carver Couch will bat third for the Red Devils. Evan Novotny, the cleanup batter. Lucas West, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Lincoln Sears will play first base and bat sixth. And then the bottom third of the order, it's Carter Colton, the second baseman. Copeland Kersey, the left fielder. And John Worden, the catcher. That's 1 through 9 tonight for the Jackson Red Devils. Again, Red Devils sitting at 7-6 overall on the season. They are 2-0 in the region after sweeping Rutland by mercy rule victories last week in Jackson. Pike County is sitting at 5-8 overall on the year, and they are 1-2 in the region after picking up their first region win in the second game of the doubleheader last Friday against the Callaway Cavaliers. These two teams play one game here tonight, and then they will see each other in a doubleheader in Jackson on Friday night. So Red Devils and the Pirates going to see a lot of each other over the next 48 hours, and we are honored to have the first of the 3 meetings this season right here for you tonight at the Jack in Zebulon. Chris Childress, has turned out to be a really nice night for Pirate baseball.
Man, it really is. I've got my glasses on. Do not need them. Nice overcast. It's kind of chilly, but not really. It's good enough for a suit coat. Got grass is beautifully green. Dirt's freshly pulled over. Got the beautiful black fence in the outfield with the 2 jerseys of Hunter Strickland and Don Hanson hanging out and right. And the sponsors' boards out and left. Man, it's just you can feel that you're at the Jack. Well, those that are keeping a book, though, I just want to make sure, because I know I'm the only one at this table that keeps one. Those keeping the book. Vega, the 2-hole hitter, is also going to be down as a DH. So though he's pitching, he's going to be DHing tonight.
Well, we are ready to go. Glad to have you on the broadcast here with us tonight. Kanan Bernhardt, the center fielder, is going to dig in. Alan Majors is going to work out of the wind, and here's the first pitch. We are playing ball in Zebulon. Your first pitch tonight coming to you at 6:05 p.m., and it is a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Again, 55 degrees. Here in Zebulon. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the 0-1, and this one's fouled out of play off to the right. And it's quickly 0-2. Again, Kanan Bernhardt, the center fielder. He is leading it off. Also the Red Devil football starting quarterback for Jackson High School. So multi-sport athlete. He'll be leading it off and playing center field this evening. Both teams in red tops here tonight. Pirates have a orangish tint to their red. Red Devils have like a faded red to theirs. 0-2, grounded out towards second base on 2 hops, picked up cleanly. And the throw over the first is in time from Daniel Jones. And there's the first out here in the top of inning number 1, an easy 4-3 put out. And that'll be the first out as Juan Vega will come up to the box now. Batting second in the lineup. His dad, Chris, ought to be around here somewhere. He was a little under the weather, hoping he can make it here tonight. Here's the first pitch to Juan. Curveball drops in for a strike. Chris has actually broadcast many, many games with me in the past here with K13 Media. I extended the invitation for him to replace Chris Childress tonight, but he was sick, so that's why Chris still has a headset tonight.
Oh,
just an
man.
FYI if you're wondering why. Here's the 0-1.
Glad I just found out about that right now.
Yeah,
Boy,
well, you know, it's you know how last week you told me it was easier to find out on air the hard way?
Yeah.
I'm just taking a lesson.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
your
because you were
playbook.
listening last week.
I was. Of
Okay,
course I
good.
was.
Tell you what, man, I'm excited to see Majors. He's come out of the mountain throwing strikes.
There's a high chopper over to third, playing it and throwing over to first in time is Walker Stiltner for the second out. That ball hit right off the dirt in front of home plate and was up in the air about 20 or 30 feet. Stiltner, before he even made a play on the ball, he looked over toward first to see just how far Vega was down the line and then threw a strike over to the bag and is able to record the second out here in the top of inning number 1. So a couple of quick ground outs, 1 to third and 1 to second. And it's 2 up, 2 down early on as the shortstop, Carver Couch, will dig in. First lefty here in the lineup for the Red Devils. So we got a righty on the mound and a lefty at the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first, just underway. Majors is ready. This one misses outside to the lefty, and it's 1-0. Again, Jackson sitting at 7-6 overall. Pike County sitting at 5-8 overall. Jackson has played one fewer game in their region schedule. Here's the 1-0 downstairs, and it's 2-0. Both of these teams have had very similar starts in their region play with rainouts last Tuesday. Of course, Pike County was able to play their game against Callaway on Wednesday, but Jackson did not play their Wednesday game against Rutland last week.
No, they needed to come over here and scout a little bit.
Here's the 2-0. Again, another slow roller out towards second. Glove on the ground. Throw to first in plenty of time. Daniel Jones with a couple of quick tests in the first inning at second base, but he'll make them look easy, and the Red Devils will go down in order. 1, 2, 3 at the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We are through a half inning of play. No score here tonight at the Jack in Zebulon.
Roofing, gutters, concrete, fencing, siding, and painting. That's just a sample of the services offered by Advanced Roofing and Interiors. Advanced Roofing and Interiors is also a Master Elite certified company. Only 2% of all roofing companies in the U.S. can say that. They also offer the best warranties in the business. 25 years on labor, 50-year manufacturer warranties. If you need work done around your home, office, or church, go with the best. Advanced Roofing and Interiors.
Tonight's coverage of Pike County Pirate Baseball is being presented in part by Henson's Outdoor Services. Big thank you to Jonathan Henson at Henson's Outdoor Services for being a partner of K13 Media. They are locally owned lawn care, offering mowing, pine straw, and gutter cleaning. On time, dependable, and detail-focused. Book today. Your home will thank you. And remember, your lawn's messy. Your gutters, well, they're even worse. Thankfully, Henson's Outdoor Services fixes both. Call Jonathan Henson today before your HOA calls you. No score going to the bottom of the first inning. Defensively, here's how the Red Devils from Jackson will take the field here tonight. Copeland Kersey's in left, Kanan Bernhardt's in center, Evan Novotny is in right field, Lucas West is at third, Carver Couch is at short, Carter Colton is at second, Lincoln Sears is at first base, John Worden is behind the plate, and Juan Vega, who was batting second, the righty wearing number 3. He will get the start on the bump tonight for the Red Devils, and he will face M.T. Moody, Sawyer Selman, and Walker Stiltner. First 3 due up for Pike County here in the bottom of the first inning. A little bit different lineup here tonight, gentlemen. We got M.T. Moody behind the plate. You're going to have Max Harris at first base. Ashton Owens is in left. Daniel Jones is at second base. So some names tonight we haven't heard in a lot of our broadcasts this year, at least when it comes to starters. But Greg Parrott, you mentioned earlier tonight, this was a lineup that was successful for Pike County Friday. So Coach Blake Parrott's going back with it tonight.
You got to go back with it.
First pitch is a strike to M.T. Moody. Right on right matchup. Foul tipped into the mitt, and it's quickly 0-2.
So the quarterback for Jackson's also the pitcher on the mound tonight, right?
No, he's in center field.
He's in center field, okay.
Correct. The guy pitching, it was his dad that was going to replace you tonight if he wasn't sick.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, come on, he still has a chance to get over here.
Here's the 0-2. I hope he does. I'm looking for him around here. So, you know what? I see him. Nope, wait, he's not here. I don't see him yet. I'll let you know when he gets here. We'll just ask you to leave.
Yeah, I'll just get up. Chris in, Chris out.
There you go.
Yeah.
1-2. Here comes the pitch, and it's fouled off to the net. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes. M.T. Moody, Sawyer Selman, Walker Stiltner. They are the first 3 due up. If anybody can reach, it'll be Jarrett Morris. He is the cleanup batter here tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right on right matchup. Just underway, bottom of the first inning, no score. Juan Vega, the righty, out of the wind, and here's the pitch. Just missed outside, and that's going to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, when we first got here today, the wind was blowing straight in.
Yes, sir.
But it has stopped now.
Yeah, that American flag in center field is not moving. 2-2, curveball just missed outside. The Red Devils wanted that call.
Good call.
Just a little off the plate, but now the count's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff, here it comes. This one's fouled off the face mask of the Jackson catcher. That is John Worden, and we'll see another 3-2. Jackson and Pike County, first of 3 meetings this week. They'll have a doubleheader at Wallace Field at Red Devil Hill in Jackson this Friday. 4:30, the first pitch in Game 1. Going to be a beautiful night, too, to be in Jackson on Friday. I believe, Greg, you were talking about temperatures in the low to mid-70s for Friday?
Yeah, about 75, something like that.
It's going to be a beautiful night for a doubleheader. Payoff pitch, here it comes from Vega. The 3-2 is grounded foul down the first base line. And we'll see another.
We've got the Pike County Rec Department's Coaches Banquet Friday night. We're going to be giving the Sponsor of the Year Award and the Coach of the Year Award, as we do every year.
Can you announce who those are? Or is that
No,
a surprise? Okay. I didn't know if we could mention them now. Okay.
No, just like your third pet peeve.
3-2, fouled off again. So what Chris is talking about, our last broadcast last Wednesday, I was sharing my 3 pet peeves of spring sports. Of course, you know, rec departments are in full action right now. Travel ball teams are firing up. I'll review those for you so you can be refreshed. First, another 3-2 pitch. This one fouled out of play again. So pet peeve number 1 was when parents post on social media scores and they post wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
You always post the high score first. If you win the game 7-4, you win 7-4. 3-2, fouled out of play again. You didn't win the game 4-7. You didn't lose the game 4-7. High score always gets reported first. Okay, that was pet peeve number 1. Pet peeve number 2, do you remember what it was, Chris?
I think so. Visitor home. You don't want to say the visitor score first and the home. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Another 3-2. This one's hit out towards straightaway center, but it's going to be right at Kanan Bernhardt. And the Red Devils center fielder will put it away after a great battle.
That was
with M.T. Moody.
10 pitches that at bat. Great AB for a leadoff hitter. I don't remember. What was 2?
Greg, do you remember what the second one was?
I do not.
I don't either. I'm trying to remember what it was. I remembered my new one for this week, but now I can't remember my second one. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I remember.
There it is. I wrote it down and showed it to you.
Thank you. I'll tell you what it is after the first pitch here is hit out toward shallow left field. And again, another easy catch in the outfield, this time by Copeland Kersey. As Sawyer Selman hacks at the first pitch he sees and is quickly 2 up, 2 down. So pet peeve number 1, always post the highest score first. Pet peeve number 2, no matter where you finish in a tournament or where you finish the season, you did not win 6th place. You did not win 4th place. You finished in 4th place or you finished in 6th place. There's only one winner, and it's the team who finishes first. So Little Johnny and Little Sally, even though they get a trophy for finishing 7th place in the tournament, they did not win 7th place. As the 0-1 is fouled off the face mask here, Walker Stiltner's at the plate.
Yeah, well, I mean, now again, and I remember this conversation. Now there's no 7th place. Now that would probably be the silver bracket second place winner.
Whatever. However you want to say it, it don't matter. 0-2 count to Stiltner. Here's the pitch way upstairs. And it's 1-2. So that is pet peeve number 1 and pet peeve number 2. My third pet peeve is a direct target to coaches.
Uh-oh.
I remembered what it was today.
Oh, I know what it is now.
Here's the 1-2 upstairs, and there's a ball high, and it's 2-2. That is when a coach will hand in a lineup card to a broadcast team, a PA announcer, or anybody that's got to announce names. First, the 2-2. Strike 3 call outside corner. And down goes Stiltner and the Pirates. 1-2-3 in the bottom of inning number 1. Hold on to that. I'll share you that third pet peeve when we come back. We are quickly through 1. No score here in Zebulon.
Top-rate electrical repair and installation can make all the difference in your home or business. That's why you need the best in the business, Enlightening Electric. They're available 24/7, licensed, insured, and bonded, and provide the very best electrical services. See for yourself. Just one click to enlighteningelectric.com will show all the services they offer. Free estimates are also available. Experience and expertise. It's not just electric, it's enlightening electric.
Big thank you to Timmy Pryor and the crew at Enlightening Electric for being one of our foundation partners with K13 Media. Another foundation partner of ours, Childress and Justice. And while I could read you their commercial, I'll tell you all about it, or I could let the guy sitting beside me tell you about Childress and Justice because he's still in his suit after being in 8 different cases today. So Childress and Justice. This is our chance to be serious for just a moment. Don't blow it.
Okay, be serious.
Let's be serious for about 15 to 20 seconds, and let's brag and talk about Childress and Justice.
Well, look, man, I spend a lot of my practice representing families, representing kids. I do a lot of that. It makes my heart feel good to know that I can be involved in kids' lives and families' lives, that you're going to point them in the right direction. And when I'm not doing that, then we're out helping those who got injured in car accidents. We do basically, if you're a vulnerable person, a kid or an injured person, that is what we try to focus on and help those people out. Joking aside, it's a very rewarding profession that I'm in, and the niche that we've fallen into. And if it's not just Pike County, it's not just Zebulon, Land and Justice, my partners down in Macon, and we cover all that area too. So if you ever need any help with your kids, need any help as a family, or you need help if you've been in a car wreck, call Childress and Justice.
There you have it. Chris Childress himself here with us. Going to the top of inning number 2, no score. Both teams going down 1-2-3. And they're first at bat. So here for the Red Devils, the heart of the order, Evan Novotny, Lucas West, and Lincoln Sears. 4, 5, and 6 due up here for the Red Devils in the top of the second inning. And again, they're facing the righty, Alan Majors. Right on right matchup. First pitch on the way is a fastball at the knees for strike one. All right, so that third pet peeve of mine, and I promise I'm done. Greg, you've probably been here. You've done enough broadcasting over the years to know when a coach brings you a lineup card and that only has the last name of a player on it, and you're trying to broadcast a game, or you're trying to do PA, or you're trying to do anything that has to announce that kid, and all you have is, well, here comes Johnson. Who's Johnson? Sam Johnson? Michael Johnson? It drives me nuts when you only have the last name of a player. The 1-1 is swung on and missed with a high fastball, and it's 1-2.
Well, I know before we had a team come over, I believe it was a couple of years ago, we played McIntosh, and they just give me the last names. I made up a first name for every one of them.
I love it. The 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Curveball outside corner. And it's called a ball. Oh, man. Alan Majors popped off the mound, strutting over toward first. M.T. Moody popped up from behind the plate and was about to fire the ball around the horn. But it was called a ball. Now the count's 2-2 to Evan Novotny. Here comes the pitch. This one's tapped foul down the third base line toward the Red Devil dugout.
Majors is now thrown about as many pitches as M.T. Moody saw in his first AB with 11.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the second inning, no score.
Like
Alan Majors out of the wind with another 2-2. Curveball ripped out towards short, but right to Kobe Ivester. Hard hit line drive, but Ivester able to shift over to his left toward the bag at second, and he takes a base hit away from the Red Devils for the first out here at the top of inning number 2. What a play by Kobe.
Man, Majors looks so much better this Wednesday than he did last Wednesday. Man, he was laboring through those first 2 innings last Wednesday. He looks to be in command this evening.
Well, now he's going to be facing the Red Devil third baseman Lucas West as the sun starts to poke out. First pitch is fouled off at the plate for strike one. We've had a lot of cloud coverage, a lot of shade, but now the sun is really starting to peek out. Again, the lights are on here at the Jack. We're still early on, just underway. Top of the second inning, no score. Both teams 1-2-3 in their first at bat. So both pitchers off to a good start. Righty on righty matchup.
Took my glasses off, it got bright.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A good off-speed pitch. Majors had him fooled, and West is behind 0-2. Again, Pike County in their red tops and white pants. The Red Devils in their faded red tops and gray pants here tonight. The 0-2 from Majors. Here it comes. Downstairs below the knees. And there's ball one.
Pirates pants are far from faded. Man, they look like they're brand new out of the plastic. Super.
Those things look like they just got shipped in today.
Yeah. bleach white.
There's the 1-2, fouled off to the backstop. And we'll see another 1-2. Yeah, this combination for the Pirates, Greg Parrott was telling us first time we saw it this year, it's a bright red, but Greg, you swear there's an orangish tint to these jerseys, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Red Devil uniforms look like the ones I wore 25 years ago. They're that faded red.
Oh, I thought that they looked like they were actually wearing those 25 years ago.
1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And down goes Lucas West, and it's quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Red Devils here in the top of the second. Funny story, I was talking about Coach Charlie Biles, who is here tonight with Jackson High School, longtime baseball coach in Jackson, just the Biles name alone. Of course, Charlie Biles' dad, Ernest, with the rec department for many, many years in Butts County. But back in 1998, Henderson Middle School, where I went to middle school at, we were the first middle school baseball team ever at Henderson in Jackson, as Sears will slice this one over towards second base. Going to be an easy play.
Wow.
And throw over to first is in plenty of time, and it's quickly 6 up, 6 down for Allen Majors as we are through the top of inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. More on that 1998 story when we come back. No score in Zebulon as we go to the bottom of inning number 2. Did you ever think you'd hear about a new vehicle with a monthly payment under $200 per month again in your life? Well, it's true and available now on the new 2025 Jeep Gladiators at Countryside. That's right, you can lease a brand new Gladiator for only $199 per month for 39 months. Want even more great lease offers? You got it. Lease a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $309 per month for 36 months. You can even lease a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn for just $369 per month for 39 months. See these vehicles and more at CountrysideAutomotive.com. Countryside is located right off of I-75, exit 205 and Highway 16 in Jackson. Come see their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today, and let's find your new ride at Countryside. Heading to the bottom of inning number 2, no score in Zebulon between the Red Devils and the Pirates, alongside of Chris Childress to my left, Michael Penn and Greg Parrott to my right. I'm Chad Feltman in the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. We are right behind home plate here tonight for this matchup between the Red Devils and the Pirates. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Pike County in the bottom of the second. Jared Morris, Max Harris, and Ashton Owens will be the first 3 due up. And again, they are facing Juan Vega, who is on the mound here tonight for the Red Devils. The righty will work, and the first pitch is a little upstairs, and that's ball 1.
You got to scream it, Greg. What is it? There we go. Greg put it out there then. I was waiting on it.
All season long, Greg has been offering up free sushi as time is called at the plate by Morris, but he did not get the call from the home plate umpire. And the pitch is called a strike, so now it's 1-1. Morris only had one hand on the bat. And now he does look at the home plate umpire and gets timeout confirmed. 1-1 count. Vega's out of the wind, and here comes the pitch. Strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. So 1998, first year Henderson Middle School ever had a baseball team. Coach Charlie Biles was our head coach. We were the first and only team to ever wear red for Henderson Middle School in Jackson. As the 1-2 misses upstairs, and it's now 2-2. Every team since 1998 has worn blue and gray, but we were the only team to ever wear red. As the 2-2 is chopped up the middle, going to be a tough play over behind the bag at second. The shortstop's got it. Throw to first is going to get all the way to the fence. Underneath Lincoln Sears, the first baseman. And that's going to let Morris reach for the first base runner of the ballgame. So the Pirates get the leadoff man on. Going to have an error on the throw at shortstop. So Morris is going to reach on an E6. And it puts a runner on first now, and it'll bring up Max Harris.
Man.
We won that championship in 98, beating Monroe County on a walk-off, bases-loaded walk. That's how we won the championship that year in 1998. My mom found my jersey about 6 weeks before she passed away in 2024. And this was just a simple button-up, not a whole button-up from top to bottom. It looked like just a collared shirt you go to work. And it had 3 little bitty letters that said HMS across the chest. That was it. I told Coach Biles we're going to put that thing up in the Hall of Fame somewhere back in Jackson. First pitch is downstairs for ball one. This is Max Harris, the first baseman at the plate. We're in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Leadoff man on after the error at shortstop on the throw. So that's Jarrett Morse. Pickoff attempt over there, and he's back safely in time. Boy, it's turned out to be a beautiful night here at the ballpark. Clouds are actually starting to break up a bit. Sun is out. Here comes the 1-0. Upstairs, it's 2-0. First time today that Juan Vega, the starting pitcher for the Red Devils, having to work out of the stretch. Sun-drenched field here at the Jack, except for first base. There's a little square over there from about the first base line almost halfway to second. And that's the only shade at the ballpark. Here's the pitch, slow roller, third base, and it's going to be called foul at the plate.
You got catcher's interference.
All right, so there's the call.
I thought I heard the net getting hit there.
Catcher's interference is the call. And that'll put runners at first and second now with nobody else.
Tell you a little more trivia about Blake and Ryan Duffy.
Let's hear it.
Blake and Charlie Biles.
Yep.
Blake lived with them for 2 years when he taught at Jackson.
Is that right?
Yep.
How about that?
They are just great folks, man. The Biles family, Charlie and his wife, Leslie.
Good people.
Great people down in Jackson. Love them to death. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Ashton Owens. He'll show bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch is downstairs for a ball. Again, the last few years since Coach Charlie Biles has retired, he has taken over bus driving duties for the baseball and the softball programs. God does it all. I'll never forget when I first moved to Jackson in '97 when I was a 7th grader at Henderson Middle School. Coach Biles was my first teacher as Vega steps off and walks the runner back to second.
Yeah.
First class I ever took at Henderson Middle School in 7th grade. Charlie Biles was the teacher teaching all of us sex ed. You want to talk about a story? Oh, my goodness.
Man, Morris is out there just distracting the pitcher.
1-0 pitch is
second
upstairs.
base.
Yep, for a ball is once again Ashton Owens shows bunt but pulls it back. I'm not making fun of Coach Biles at all, but back when I was in 7th grade, this was 1997, Coach had these Coke bottle eyeglasses, and I swear he could have saw to the moon. I mean, they were like telescopes, man. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Vega up around the belt. And Ashton Owens can't catch up to it. It brings the count to 2 balls and a strike. And now we've got time called. The home plate umpire is going to go out and walk toward the edge of the grass, and looks like he's having a word with Juan Vega, who nods his head. He's the pitcher for the Red Devils.
Probably to tell him to wait on him to get ready.
Yeah, he's working very quickly.
Real fast tonight.
Yep. All right,
2 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 count, actually. Scoreboard's wrong. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. And let's see now, is that ball 4 or is that ball 3? We're all mixed up.
I have 3-1 in my scorebook.
That's what
now.
we had too, but the home plate umpire said ball 3. Now it's 3-1.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've got 3-1 right now.
So Chris Childress is correct.
Yes. Yep. That's the typical thing there.
3-1 count. Vega's out of the stretch. He shows bunt at the plate. It's off the mid of the catcher, and it's going to be ball 4. And Ashton Owens is going to take the free trip down to first. Man, nothing drives me crazier in the game of baseball when a batter is trying to give you an out. 3 times Ashton Owens held that bat out there trying to bunt, begging to get out. And now he stands at first base. That's got to drive a coach crazy.
Well, you know what? Nothing makes me happier than having bases loaded here with nobody out and Daniel Jones at the plate.
Daniel Jones, the second baseman. First pitch on the way to him. Pop foul to the backstop for strike 1. Daniel Jones batting in the number 7 spot here tonight. He's the second baseman. We're in the bottom of the second inning. There's no score, but Pike County has bases loaded and nobody out. Juan Vega out of the wind, the 0-1 in the dirt, and another good block behind the plate by the Jackson catcher. It's John Worden who saves the ball and saves at least 1 run. Evens the count at 1-1.
Daniel Jones is going to put the bat on the ball. He's really good at making contact.
Well, he just did there, and he fouled off another one. And now it's 1-2.
Morris at third, Harris at second, Owens at first.
Daniel Jones wearing number 27 here tonight for Pike County. Again, we're in the bottom of the second inning. Sun is shining, lights are on, wind has died down quite a bit, thank goodness. But we are all layered up in the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth, except for Michael Penn, our producer and director, who rode his motorcycle over here all the way out from Jackson Lake to be at the ball game. I'm just surprised you don't have shorts on. He is going to have a cold ride back.
Did y'all get a chance to go by roofs before
We sure
pregame?
did. Yeah, we were going to talk about that here in a little bit
good.
since you didn't come.
You didn't bring. Well, I was in court.
Whatever. That's an excuse.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
Justification.
Always got an excuse.
Yeah, a good one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, bases loaded. Vega's ready. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, we got him. Okay, strike 3. Waiting on the delayed call from the home plate umpire. I'm sitting here waiting, and we're all waiting, and then 20 seconds later, he pulls back and calls strike 3. Talk to your boy there, Chris.
Well, you know, honestly, I knew he struck him out. I saw his shoulders shrug when he went, "Rag!" And then he had a delayed physical reaction. So I was right on that one.
I'm a visual learner. I need to see it.
Yeah.
First out of the inning, as Vega will drop in a first pitch strike here to Lyric Scott, the center fielder for the Pirates. Pike County has bases loaded, 1 out. Number 8 batter at the plate, the center fielder, Lyric Scott. Here's the 0-1. Make it 0-2.
That ball was a little up.
Lyric did not like the call of that one as he was stepping out of the box. He stopped and kind of froze for a minute in disbelief. Now he's behind 0-2. Chokes up on the bat. Vega's ready. The wind and the 0-2. Fouled out of play, and Lyric stays alive. One of the fastest players on the field here tonight, Lyric Scott, the center fielder for Pike County. No balls and 2 strikes.
Beginning of the season, he was red hot at the plate.
Here comes the 0-2. He'll send this one out toward deep left. Could be deep enough for a run to tag. And here we go. The catch is made. The throw is off the mark to third base. And coming in the score is going to be Jarrett Morris for the first run of the ball game. It is a sac fly for Lyric Scott. And the Pirates jump out first 1-0. So Lyric Scott makes contact, sends it out to deep left, and Morris comes in to score, and it's going to bring up the shortstop, Kobe Ivester, with 2 outs and runners at first and second.
Copeland Kersey out in left field throws the ball back to third, holding the runners at first and second now.
It's good heads-up play. 2 down, runners at first and second. First pitch to Ivester, drops in for a strike. That was a good description there, Chris, for Kersey out in left, and instead of trying to fire a ball to home plate, where he knew he probably wasn't going to have a play, he fired it back into third. It keeps the runners at first and second. See if Ivester now can make something happen. Vega now with 3 looks to the runner at second. 0-1. Good curveball. Take it for a strike on the inside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. 1-0 Pirates, bottom of the second. Pike County with runners at first and second, bottom of the order. The shortstop, Kobe Ivester, at the plate. Righty on righty matchup. Juan Vega, the pitcher for Jackson. Working out of the stretch, and now Ivester going to call timeout. RBI sac fly by Lyric Scott has the Pirates on the board first. Juan Vega, the righty for Jackson, out of the stretch. 1 look to second, 2 looks to second, and here comes the 0-2. Fastball. And I'm going to wait before I call it a ball or a strike to see what the umpire calls here. Okay, I didn't see him move, so it's a ball.
Be easy on my boy Bobby.
1-2 count.
We call it like we see it.
That's right. The 1-2, runners go. This one's hit up towards shallow center. Who wants it? It's in no man's land, and making the catch in shallow center field is the Jackson shortstop, Carver Couch, over the shoulder with the sun in his face. Having to call off the second baseman and the center fielder, Carver Couch makes an incredible catch for the Red Devils, and that will end the threat for the Pirates in the bottom of the second inning. Pirates get a run, but they strand 2. We're through 2, and it's 1-0 Pike County.
Ever thought the day would come where you could apply for a mortgage from the comfort of your living room or home office? In as little as 20 minutes, you can apply online with our new online mortgage center. So visit our website and apply today. We're an equal housing lender. First Bank of Pike. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at firstbankofpike.com.
Tonight's coverage of Pike County Pirate Baseball being presented in part by Southern Cross Company. Southern Cross builds luxury gunite pools, spas, and outdoor living spaces, including pool houses, pavilions, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, pavers, and retaining walls. They can even help with all of your landscaping. They're a turnkey company, starting with design all the way to completion. Visit southerncrossga.com to see all of the services they offer and to read real customer reviews. When you visit southerncrossga.com, they have a wonderful website. John Shepard and his team do a wonderful job. I was looking through it last week, just trying to learn a little more about them. And, man, at the completed projects they do. When it says right here, luxury, gunite, and luxury jobs, Chris Childress, I see why they say luxury, because no detail is spared when you're talking about John Shepard at Southern Cross Company.
Yeah.
They are some good folks, man. Really, really good work. Good work by the Red Devils. Defense able to get Pike County to only come away with one run last inning after having bases loaded and nobody out. An RBI sac fly for Lyric Scott. Scores Jarrett Morris, who reached on the error to lead the inning off, and it's 1-0. Pike County is now to go to the top of the third inning, and it'll be the bottom third of the order due up for the Red Devils. The second baseman, Carter Colton, Copeland Kersey, and John Worden will be the first three due up for the Red Devils.
Majors is going to be throwing his 16th pitch here in the third inning. He's commanded the first two innings, 6 up, 6 down.
Carter Colton, the second baseman, lefty at the plate, facing the righty Majors, and the first pitch is downstairs for ball number 1. Again, these two teams going to meet up with each other on Friday in Jackson in a doubleheader. Here comes the 1-0, way upstairs, and it's 2-0 with a fastball.
During his warm-ups, he was all over the place. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw he was throwing it over the net, trying to hit you.
Yeah.
2 balls and no strikes as now Alan Majors will walk around the rubber for a little bit. Try to settle back in, fix his hat. He's back to the rubber and back to the wind with a 2-0 pitch. And this one is slapped on the ground like a rock skipping around Jackson Lake into the glove of the shortstop for the Pirates, Kobe Ivester. And he'll throw over to first in time for the first out. That ball just set right on top of the grass, never hopped, and rolled right into the glove of the shortstop, Ivester. And that is the first out here in the top of the third inning. That is already the 5th ground out.
No, it's 4. I got 4, and then I got to fly out to Kobe at shortstop, the line drive. Am I wrong? 1, 2, 3.
I
four,
got 5.
I got 5.
Yeah, 5 ground outs, a ground out, a strikeout, and a pop out.
Yep, there we go. A line,
don't
out.
Question me.
Yeah, there we go.
Sit over there and look pretty. Tell you like I tell my wife going down the road. What is your job while I'm working? First pitch off the way, swung on and missed to Copeland Kersey.
You got to remember, he's a lawyer now. He will argue with you.
Well, as my wife will remind everybody else, I should have been a lawyer, and I'll argue right back.
There's no way that I'm going to be your wife in the passenger seat.
0-1 pitch just about hit the left fielder, Copeland Kersey. He's able to spin around and turn his back and avoid the pitch, and it's now 1-1.
Any relation to Kyle Kersey over there in Jackson?
All those Kerseys are related somehow, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's got to be somewhere down the road. Kyle was a good baseball player for the Red Devils for a long time. This one misses downstairs. It's 2-1. To be honest, though, Greg, I'm not real sure. My last year of broadcasting at Jackson was Copeland's freshman year. I know there was a lot of hype around him when he was a freshman, and glad to see he's still with the program now, starting for the Red Devils. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Just about hit him again, and he's got to spin around out of the box, and it's 3-1. Majors came in high and tight with a fastball, and now it's 3-1. Majors trying to stay perfect so far, not let anybody on base. But now he's got to battle back as Kersey has a hitter's count, 3-1. Here's the pitch, and he missed low and outside. There's ball 4, and that is going to be the first base runner of the game for the Red Devils as Copeland Kersey will draw a 1-out walk. And now we'll get down to the number 9 batter. This is the catcher, John Worden. Just about threw me off here tonight trying to get the lineups ready. On the roster, he's number 13, but in the lineup card tonight, he's number 2. He is the number 9 batter And he will bat with 1 out and a runner on first during the top of the 3rd inning. Pirates up 1-0. Alan Majors now to the stretch for the first time here tonight for the Pirates. He'll take a peek over to first, check the runner. And here's the first pitch. Gets all the way to the backstop. Moody can't get it. And strolling down to second easily, like Chris Childress to the buffet line at Ruth's Restaurant, that is Copeland Kersey, who now stands at second base. We didn't have the buffet today, though. We got there late. Michael Penn and I, we ordered off the menu. I had the chicken tenders, mashed potatoes, and okra. Michael Penn had the chicken sandwich and okra. It was absolutely amazing as always. The fried okra at Ruth's, oh, man, that is some good stuff. 1-0 count. Majors with a couple of looks now to Kersey at second. Here's the pitch. And he misses back inside, and now Majors struggling a little bit here with the bottom third of the order for the Red Devils. And everything missing is missing in tight to these right-handed batters. 2-0 count. Runner at second. That's the tying run for the Red Devils. At the plate is John Worden. Right-on-right matchup here in the top of the 3rd. Majors out of the stretch with a 2-0. Fastball just missed above the belt. And there's ball 3. Again, John Worden is the Red Devil catcher, batting 9th in the lineup. He's got a runner in scoring position here for Jackson in the top of the 3rd inning. Let's see if he's got a green light here. He's up 3-0. First base is open. Majors out of the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. And that is ball 4, low and in at the knees. So Majors is missing, and he's missing in the same spot, inside to the right-handed batters. And now he has given up back-to-back walks after retiring the first 7 batters he faced.
He's got a short leash tonight.
Courtesy running at first base for the catcher, number 6, Jack Wynn.
Well, all it takes is another one of those ground balls, and we can roll up to and get back to the plate and start hitting again.
You heard Michael Moody, our PA announcer, tell you the courtesy runner coming on for the Red Devils at first base now is number 6, Jack Wynn. He will run for the catcher, John Worden. And now we're back to the top of the order. 1 out, runners on first and second. Kanan Bernhardt back to the plate, the leadoff batter for the Red Devils. He grounded out to second to lead off the ballgame. Righty on righty matchup. Majors out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bernhardt. This one is swung on and fouled off the net, and it drops down into the Pirate dugout. Pirate dugout to our right. They're down the first base line. The Jackson dugout to our left down the third base line. Both sides tonight with a pretty good fan base here. They've got the concrete retaining wall all along the backstop covered up on both sides. Majors with a spin and looks towards second, but he will hold on before throwing. Lights are on, temperature dropping. We started at 55 degrees, but here in the shade behind home plate in the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth, I can definitely tell it's getting cold because it's almost time to put the blanket over my legs. As Michael Penn shakes his head, and now time is called before the pitch is thrown. A late timeout issued to the batter, Kanan Bernhardt, as Majors was already in his delivery. Boy, late timeout call granted. 0-1 count to Bernhardt. You know, Greg, it's a shame we don't know any good electricians here at the broadcast booth who could get that strike lighting fixed on the scoreboard out there. 0-1 in the dirt, gets away from Moody, and both Jackson runners are going to advance 90 feet. So now the Red Devils have runners at second and third with 1 out. I mean, all I hear about is Chris Childress talking about he was an electrician back in the day. That's what he did forever.
Yeah.
You would think it wouldn't take 10 minutes for Chris to get on a ladder out there and fix that, and we could have the scoreboard working all the way.
I think it's upstairs in the box.
I think it's in the box upstairs, too.
Well, that's still an electrician
It's in the
part, right?
console. Well,
Does that still fall part of an electrician?
No,
maybe?
yeah,
Okay.
it does. I mean, we get in that console, and we could probably find the
I'm sure you can solder something in there,
back together. Yeah, certainly.
Second and third for the Red Devils now as Majors goes back to the windup, and Bernhardt again trying to call time. He's not going to get it granted. Majors out of the wind. Bernhardt shows bunt, puts it down. It's a beauty. The squeeze is on. Flip to the plate, and in time. What a play by Pike County.
Man, MT put a hard tag into the stomach of the runner coming home.
Max Harris, the first baseman for the Pirates, comes charging from first. Picks up the bunt, underhand toss to MT Moody. And Moody is able to tag the runner coming from third for the out. And now Coach Ryan Duffy's going to come out of the Jackson dugout, have a word with the home plate umpire. And let's see now if we're going to have anything with this. I think Coach Ryan Duffy is trying to say that home plate was blocked. Yeah. But the argument is not going to do any well. The out will stand.
Good call, Bobby.
What a play by Max. The underhand toss and a good play by MT Moody to stand in there and take the contact, make the tag. So Bernhardt will reach first on a fielder's choice. 2 outs, runners on the corners. And here's Juan Vega, the Red Devil pitcher, a chance to help himself in the top of the third. First pitch to him. Drops in for a strike. Good-looking curveball on the inside corner at the knees. Tying run is at third base for the Red Devils. That's the courtesy runner Wynn, who came in to run for the catcher Worden. Juan Vega, the Red Devil pitcher, at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes. Ball's in the dirt, and no throw down to second. Bernhardt's going to take it easily. As MT Moody did everything he could just to keep that ball in front of him and keep that runner at third. But now a base hit for the Red Devils could score 2.
I like how he's missing low right there because that's still going to warrant ground balls.
1-1 the count. Majors back to the wind. He's ready. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up left side. Into the sun. Could be trouble. Foul territory and caught by Ivester. Man, what a play by Kobe. A long, long way to run from shortstop over toward the line down the left field line. Catches it in foul territory. Falling backwards with the sun in his eyes. And that'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top of the third inning. They get a couple of runners on, but they leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 Pirates.
Welcome y'all to Buckner's Family Restaurant. Around here, we're nothing fancy, but we are a place where family and friends gather around for some good old Southern joy. Come on over and experience the all-you-can-eat Southern cooking served on one of our Lazy Susan tables. There's something special about enjoying a meal with friends and family. The good times even happen outside our doors as you smile and play games while you wait or pick up a meal for the family from our online ordering and curbside to go. So come on out and bring your family and friends for a true Southern experience at Buckner's Family Restaurant.
Tonight's coverage of Pike County Baseball is being presented by ADCO Landscape Management. Your yard does not have to be a chore. From clean cuts to full transformations, commercial or residential, ADCO Landscape Management will make your lawn the best in the neighborhood. Visit ADCO Landscape Management on Facebook today for more information. Your yard will thank you. And we thank Stephen Vassell and everybody at ADCO Landscape Management. I was trying to make them the country music group Landco. I've been wanting to call them Landco for the past couple of weeks, but they're ADCO. So Stephen Vassell is another Jackson guy helping us here with the broadcast this season. So very happy to have ADCO Landscape Management on with us as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates. MT Moody will lead it off.
His first time up, man, he had a 10-pitch AB that wound up flying out to center, but was great at bat.
Of course, his dad, Michael Moody, the voice of the Pirates here at the Jack and at the Boneyard, does a great job as our PA announcer. First pitch on the way. MT, little cue ball shot over to first. Could be a tough play. Bernhardt, underhand toss to the pitcher, Vega, who got over to the bag just in time to step on it. And they're able to retire MT Moody. Just a little shot off the end of the bat. A lot of top spin English on that one. And that's the first out for the Pirates here in the top of the third. And it'll bring up Sawyer Selman, the lefty, the designated hitter. He flew out to the left field his first time to the plate. And he'll take a first pitch strike here at the top of the third. Well, this game is going by pretty quickly so far.
Yeah, it is flying.
0-1 misses downstairs, and it's 1-1. On a cold night, I got no problem with that.
Neither do I.
Well, I tell you what, this isn't like sitting in the rain for 5 innings in Athens Sunday night.
It was worth it. Quit crying. 1-1 misses downstairs is 2-1. Were you not entertained?
Man, let me tell you something. That was probably one of the best college baseball games I have ever seen.
Here comes the 2-1 from Vega. This one is hit hard over toward the right. Down to a knee at second base is Coffin, and he'll throw over to first to Sears, who has a good stretch and able to retire the speedy Sawyer Selman by about a step at first base for the second out.
Yeah,
That game Sunday in Athens, Georgia and Tennessee. Chris had a chance to come up, and yes, he did have to sit out in the rain for 5 innings.
had our ponchos on, me, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, and Ty, my son. Pretty good seats over there on the third base side.
Who got you those?
Actually, really good seats, honestly. I don't know, some big guy that kind of waits down there behind the plate.
Here
you had great seats.
Yeah, my view was pretty good, too. So.
You had great. You did not sit in the rain. That was what, five I think it was 5 innings of no-hit baseball. The Bulldogs are being no-hit. They come back after being down 5-0 and rob a home run out in left field to win the game.
Stiltner now with a 2-1 count as he takes one high and tight. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Here comes the 2-1. High and tight again, and there's ball 3. Yeah, Georgia. We had another wild one yesterday, a walk-off against the Citadel. We went into the 7th inning down 5-0 and only had 2 hits in the game in that one, Chris.
Wow.
As this one is called for a strike, and the count's run full at 3-2. But Dogs win it. 8-5 yesterday, and now Georgia's going to be heading off to Texas this weekend to take on Texas A&M.
I tell you, another good thing we found in Athens was Marker 7.
Yeah, great restaurant as Stiltner fouls this one off to stay alive. My grouper and shrimp was delicious. I even, for the first time in my life, tried some calamari.
Yeah.
Never tried it, but Chris's son, Ty, convinced me to try some and ended up eating the entire appetizer.
You ate it all.
Sorry, Ty. Full count. Here goes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. And Vega with a big fist pump on the mound for the Red Devils. He will retire the Pirates in order in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Folks, we are quickly through 3 innings. Here at the Jack in Zebulon, it's 1-0 Pike County. Some people just prefer a pre-owned vehicle over a new vehicle, and that's perfectly fine with us at the Countryside Pre-Owned Supercenter in downtown Jackson. Cars, trucks, vans, Jeeps, SUVs, we've got them. Financing or cash cars. Sometimes we've even got campers, boats, jet skis, and motorcycles. If pre-owned is your thing, then stop by and see us Monday through Saturday at the Countryside Pre-Owned Supercenter, located next to Piggly Wiggly in downtown Jackson. Tonight's coverage of Pike County Baseball is being presented in part by Pike Pools. If you're ready to turn your backyard into the ultimate home field advantage, visit Pike Pools today. They're locally owned and specialize in custom in-ground swimming pool design and installation. Plus, building backyard dreams right here in the community, well, that's their thing at Pike Pools. Be sure to stop by their pool store in Zebulon for top-quality chemicals, cleaners, accessories, and more to keep your pool game strong. And when you build with Pike Pools, you score big because every pool comes with a 10% discount in their pool store. Visit PikePoolsGA.com and dive into your best summer yet. Well, it's not quite summer, but this Friday, the first day of spring, temperatures Friday are going to be really nice and pleasant if you're going to go down to Jackson to watch these 2 teams in a doubleheader Friday night. Red Devils will be hosting the Pike County Pirates at Wallace Field, 4:30 for the first game. That's over at Red Devil Hill in downtown Jackson. Beautiful, beautiful field, a lot like the Jack here in Zebulon, has won Field of the Year several times. You know, Greg Parrott, that is one thing I will say about your son Blake and the head coach for Jackson High School. Not only are they best friends, but those two probably work harder than anybody I know when it comes to keeping their fields in top-notch shape. And I'm not talking about just during baseball season. I'm talking all year long, Blake and Ryan. Well, they do a great job, and it shows they've both won awards for their hard work.
Well, when a visiting team comes in and they walk through that gate and they see this field, they know we're serious about some baseball.
Absolutely. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0, bunt shown. It is pulled back, and the pitch is called a strike on the outside corner here to the shortstop, Carver Couch, who's now behind 0-2. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Alan Majors back on the mound for the Pirates in a 1-0 ball game. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missed high and outside as he spins off the mound for ball 1. Just a gorgeous field here. Again, Wallace Field Friday night where these 2 teams will play another one.
Shade's almost touching Daniel Jones at second base now, coming from the first base dugout.
Time is called once again by the Red Devil batter as Majors was into his windup, and that's the second time Majors has had to fire a worthless pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carver Couch, the lefty at the plate, facing the righty Majors. Majors spinning that ball in his glove. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled out of play down the left field line. Uh-oh, let's listen. I didn't hear any crunch or glass breaking, but it does end up out in the parking lot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's going to be Carver Couch, Evan Novotny, and Lucas West. They are the first 3 due up for the Red Devils here in the top of the 4th inning. Majors out of the line, the 1-2. He tried to bust him inside, and he got him. Strike 3 call. Right at the knees. Couch was looking for something outside. Majors busted him at the knees inside, and there's the first down here in the top of the 4th inning.
Second strikeout tonight already for Majors. Here, grabbing this first K here in the 4th inning.
Good-looking fastball, too. Right at the knees, inner half of the plate. So the first out, and now it's going to bring up Evan Novotny, the right fielder. He lined out to the shortstop his first time to the plate. First pitch on the way here, and that's going to hit him in the back right between the shoulder blades. Novotny turns to try to avoid it, but the grimace on his face, you can tell that one's going to hurt for a while. He trots down to first. He's going to be okay. But on a cold night in Zebulon, he took one right between the shoulder blades, just above the number on his back.
I felt that. Man, that hurt.
You always hear it and feel it on these cold nights, just that thud.
And then he has to go stand in the shade over there at first base where not even sun's warming him up. It's poor guy.
His first base coach, Jonathan Wilson's like, dude, get up there. Let's go. We ain't got time for this. You're still standing? Let's play. So he's at first, and here's Lucas West, the third baseman. Righty on righty matchup.
West
First pitch on the way is a fastball upstairs, and there's ball 1.
West struck out. He was the first strikeout for Majors of the game and in the second inning.
We're in the top of the 4th. This one is flying right on by. 1-0 Pike County. Pirates got a run in the bottom of the 2nd on an RBI sac fly by Lyric Scott. Pirates had bases loaded, nobody out. But some good defense by the Red Devils prevented Pike County from scoring anything more than just the 1 run.
Did you get to watch the World Baseball Classic Championship
I did
last
night, man. What a game, yeah.
Bryce Harper finally decided to show up, and he hit a home run, but not enough.
Runner goes. Pitch is a ball. Throw to second is off the mark, and it's going to be off the glove of the second baseman, Daniel Jones. And it will trickle out in a shallow right field, but Evan Novotny is standing at second now. The tying run, stolen base, throw was off the mark to the right. Yeah, that's the first and probably the only time I'll ever cheer for Bryce Harper. But a 2-run homer to straightaway center in the bottom of the 8th last night to tie the game at 2. I was feeling good. Like, all right, we're back in this thing, and then the 9th inning happened.
Well, you know what's cool about it is that you're going to get to see Ronald Acuna, I'm sure, this year.
1-0 is swung on and missed. Big cut by West to even the count at 1-1.
Considering, your time with the Braves.
1-2.
And he may have some memorabilia or something there from the World Baseball Classic.
Majors is in the wind. Here's the pitch. And there's strike 3, outside corner. Fastball, there was no doubt about it. And that is the second Red Devil to go down looking at strike 3 in the inning. Second time tonight, West has taken strike 3 at the plate for Jackson.
I wish Majors would use that fastball more often.
He has got great command of it here tonight.
Yes, he does.
His third strikeout already, second this inning. And it'll bring up the Red Devil first baseman, Lincoln Sears. He grounded out to second base, his first time to the plate. Jackson has the tying run at second base. 1-0 Pike in the top of the 4th, and time called at the plate. I'm glad to see this young man playing here for the Red Devils. I remember him as a freshman. He was starting for Jackson 4 years ago. I was broadcasting a game for the Red Devils. We were over in Covington playing Eastside High School. I think it was like the second or third game of the year. As he takes a first pitch fastball above his eyes for ball 1. Kid's a 9th grader starting for the varsity team at Eastside, second or third game of the year, and I think he broke his leg or fractured his leg or something and missed the entire season. And just a tough break, but good kid, great parents. Just good people, the Sears family over in Jackson, and glad to see Lincoln's having a good senior year for the Red Devils.
Love to see a kid come back from an injury.
Here comes the 1-0 to him. This one's hit out towards straightaway center, and Lyric Scott is able to block the sun and head to his left and make the catch. It was hit hard off the bat of Sears, but straight to Lyric Scott in center field, and the Red Devils once again strand the tying run here in the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 Pike County as we go to the bottom of inning number 4 in Zebulon.
Dedication, compassion, and integrity. We've got the experience and expertise. When you need some help and you feel like there's nowhere to go, you can count on us for everything you need to know. The Sellers Law Firm, where clients become family.
Today's coverage of Pirate Baseball being presented by Express Restrooms. Hosting an outdoor event, Express Sanitation is here to help with their new plastic portable restrooms, perfect for construction sites, outdoor events, and temporary projects. Designed for comfort and durability, their portable restrooms are delivered clean, maintained regularly, and ready to meet your needs. Depend on Express Sanitation for fast service, reliable rentals, and a commitment to cleanliness you can count on. Visit express-sanitation.com for more information. We're going to the bottom of inning number 4. It is 1-0, Pike County. Do you guys have cats by chance, Chris or Greg?
I have a Frenchie Bulldog. That's my cat.
So no cat for Chris. Greg Parrott, do you have a cat at home? You got 5 cats? All right, so Greg knows all about litter boxes.
He has 7?
No, they're outside.
They're
cats.
outside cats. Okay, he does not know about litter boxes. Okay, I'll explain what I'm talking about here in a moment. As Jarrett Morris leads off the bottom of the 4th, foul tip for strike 1. So I had it explained to me, if you have a cat, so we were just doing the commercial there for Express Restrooms. We're talking about porta potties, right? Well, it was brought up to me when I first got a cat that a litter box to a cat is like a porta potty to a human. You want to use it when it's first clean and brand new to you. As this one's fouled out of play for strike 2. If you have a cat and you do not clean their litter box, it's the equivalent of you going to a porta potty on day 3 of a NASCAR weekend at the Echo Park Speedway in July when it's 110 degrees. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off again. So if you have a cat or you're thinking about getting a cat, keep that comparison in mind. My brother told me that several years ago, and now every time my cats go to the restroom, I look at their litter boxes as a cat porta potty. Keep it clean for all you cat folks out there. Here's the 0-2 pitch way upstairs. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good ball game here tonight in Zebulon. 1-0 Pike County leading Jackson. Juan Vega on the mound for the Red Devils. 1-2 just missed outside. And that'll bring the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jarrett Morris, the Pike County right fielder.
He got on, but I would have probably put it down in a base hit, but it went as an error his first time up that got him on first and got him around the bases.
Well, there's no doubt about what that's going to be. It's going to be a big bold K as he goes down swinging. A good pitch by Vega. He has now struck out back-to-back batters. And Juan Vega now has 4 strikeouts in the ball game for the Red Devils. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Max Harris. He reached on a catcher's interference call. His first time to the plate. He'll come to the box. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch, down around the knees. Good-looking pitch, but it's called a ball. Just a tad low. I guess when, you got Max Harris at the plate, Greg, he's what, 6'3", 6'4"? He's a tall young man here for the Pirates. As he swings right through that curveball to even the count at 1-1.
He's a tall glass of tea.
1 ball. I had some sweet tea at Roof's today. It was great, by the way. 1-1 hit off the end of the bat over toward the Pirate dugout. And it'll bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Big thank you to Roof's. Michael Penn, do you remember our server's name today? I know we asked her. It was a new one we've never had before.
Really?
She was a sweet young lady. Yeah, she was great. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Vega. Swing and a miss. And there is the second strikeout of the inning. And all of a sudden, Juan Vega, the Red Devil pitcher, is in a groove. He has struck out the last 3 Pike County batters he has faced. So 2 up, 2 down. And it will bring up the left fielder, Ashton Owens. His second trip to the plate. He walked his first time up.
8 up, 8 down now for the Pirates.
First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Yeah, Vega is in a groove right now. He's got 5 strikeouts overall. He has struck out 3 in a row. Here's the 1-0. Fastball upstairs is 2-0. Juan Vega also does a lot of catching for the Red Devils when he's not pitching. Here comes the 2-0. Strike on the inside corner. He dropped in a curveball, and it set perfectly at the knees. 2 balls and a strike as Vega works quickly, and Owens swings right through another off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2. And again, Vega working very quickly on the mound. And now the home plate umpire's got to give the stop sign, like, hang on, let him get the box. Vega's trying to strike out the side, the 2-2, and it misses outside for ball 3.
I have to say that was a good attempt by the pitcher there to try to throw a little slider off the plate to see if Owens would chase it. He did not.
Now the count's full, 3-2. Vega with the sun in his eyes. The wind and the pitch. He came in tight and he just missed. There's ball 4. Just a little high, I'm guessing. That was a good pitch by Vega. But that is a 2-out walk. Second time tonight, Ashton Owens has been able to draw a free pass, so now he stands at first. And here comes the Pike County second baseman, Daniel Jones, with 2 outs and a runner on in the bottom of the 4th.
Struck out looking his first time up.
Snap throw back to first and a head-first dive for Owens. It's been a very quick ball game. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, just 1 run so far. An RBI sac fly in the bottom of the 2nd inning by the Pirates off the bat of Lyric Scott. Again, Juan Vega, the Red Devil pitcher, in a groove right now as he has snapped thrown over to first 3 times in less than about 20 seconds. I don't even think Owens was off the bag that time. Now he'll come to the plate. First pitch on the way is low and outside for ball 1. Again, Daniel Jones, number 27, batting in the number 7 hole in the batting order here for the Pirates. Bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at first, Vega in the stretch. Here's the 1-0. This one is hit out towards short, and it's on a hop, and it's going to get right by the shortstop, Carver Couch. Owens from first trying to get to third, and he'll slide in safely. That ball was tomahawked off the bat of Daniel Jones. It took a tricky hop right in front of the shortstop, Carver Couch. Went right through him.
I think the sun may have had something to do with it, too. That ball hopped up about sun level with his eyes.
Well, the way he tomahawked it, there was so much topspin on that ball. When it finally touched ground, it took off and went right through the shortstop out into left center field.
So after striking out the first 2 batters in the inning, Pike County now has a walk and a single to put runners on the corners. And here's Lyric Scott batting with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Runners at first and third. They'll choke up on the bat. Vega in the stretch. First pitch, Lyric with a bloop out to right. It might fall down the line, and it will. It's a fair ball. You could not place that ball any better if you picked it up with your bare hand and threw it to the outfield. Just behind the bag at first, right on top of the white paint. And it's another RBI hit for Lyric Scott. He now stands at first, and the Pirates lead 2-0.
Yeah, Jones now at second base, Lyric at first. Lyric got a nice sac fly to get the first run across, bringing home Jarrett to left field. And then right here over past first base, Lyric gets the second RBI. Go Lyric Scott.
Here's Kobe Ivester now with 2 outs, runners at first and second. And he just about got hit in the back. Had to spin out of the way, and there's ball 1. Chris, I did not write down on my score sheet what Ivester did in his first at bat.
I got him as he fly out the shortstop.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Actually, I believe that was
in the foul territory.
The foul territories where that was.
You are correct, sir. Thank you very much. Takes this one outside. It's 2-0. Runners on first and second. Here in the bottom of the 4th, 1 run across. A bloop RBI single off the bat of Lyric Scott down the right field line. Snap throw to second. A close play at the bag at second. But Daniel Jones just barely got back. Good tag by Carter Colton, the second baseman who was covering. A great move by Vega. He just about picked off Daniel Jones, who now stands a little closer to the bag. Vega's ready. The 2-0 to Ivester drops in for a strike. Good off-speed pitch right around the belt, and it's 2-1. Ivester, the shortstop for the Pirates, batting in the number 9 spot, bottom of the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Vega out of the stretch. Drops in another one for a strike. This one a little bit higher. Check swing by Ivester. He could not pull the plug. And it's 2-2.
Vega has really impressed me so far.
Works very quickly, but he's very efficient.
Exactly.
Couple of looks to second. And now he'll spin around, and Jones is back this time. No throw to second, as Daniel Jones kind of shuffles his feet back to the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on, bottom of the 4th. Vega versus Ivester, righty versus righty. The 2-2 pitch. This one is line foul down the first base line just in front of the Pike County dugout. And we'll do it all over again.
You know, Vega has been throwing really good. This was the first 2 hits of the game for the Pirates in this inning, and both of those hits were barely hits.
Yeah, that one by Scott was just a perfect bloop over the first baseman's head into the shallow grass of right field.
And then the first hit went straight through shortstop.
2-2, spin move, throw back to second, and Jones just about got picked off again. What a move by Vega. Carter Coffin came sneaking in, and that time Jones did not slide back to the bag. He went back standing and just about got tagged for the out. Another 2-2. And there's strike 3 on the inside corner. Vega comes back to retire Ivester, and he does strike out the side for the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th inning. But Pike County is able to get a run. An RBI single with 2 outs by Lyric Scott, his second RBI of the game. It increases the lead for Pike County. The Pirates now lead 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Why is now the best time to buy a new Ram truck from Countryside in Jackson? Here's 3 reasons you can't ignore. Number 1, qualified buyers can take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Number 2, make no payments for 90 days on all new 2026 Ram trucks. And number 3, Countryside will pay the state sales tax on your new 2026 Ram truck. That's right, Countryside is paying your state sales tax, saving you thousands. Need another reason? Ram features the best warranty of any truck in the industry. 10 years, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. See why so many people are making the switch to Ram at Countryside in Jackson. Shop their huge online inventory of new Ram trucks at countrysideautomotive.com, and let's find your new ride at Countryside. Glad to have you on the broadcast tonight from Pike County High School. It's K13 Media's coverage of Pike County Pirate baseball. Tonight we're taking on the Jackson Red Devils here at the Jack in Zebulon. And when the game is over with tonight, we're going to be giving out our Childress and Justice Player of the Game Award, and that particular player is going to get a free meal to Ruth's Restaurant. Big thank you to Ryan Landry and the crew at Ruth's. Not only do they take great care of our player. I was trying to say it. There we go. They take great care of the K13 Media crew, too. Michael Penn and I had a chance to eat over there earlier today, and I'm telling you right now, the best chicken tenders you're going to find anywhere in our listening area are at Ruth's. Their barbecue is incredible. I had the barbecue sauce today, Chris, the homemade, the vinegar-based sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It goes great with chicken tenders and okra.
You know, this is the first week in probably 2 months running that I have not eaten at Ruth's in a week yet. Like, I've got tomorrow and Friday to go to get myself in there to get 4 or 5 meals in.
Yeah, normally you go 2 or 3 times a day, right?
I can't live without it.
So here we go to the top of inning number 5. It's 2-0 Pike County as Majors comes back out for the Pirates. Fires a first pitch strike at the knees to the third baseman, Carter Coffin.
Yeah, you got to get them that okra extra crispy.
Yes,
Chris.
ask for it extra crispy. There's Michael Penn. He's grabbed a headset.
There he is.
0-1 popped out of play, and it's 0-2. Michael Penn, by the way, does not like vinegar-based barbecue sauce. He only
Not at all.
eats Sweet Baby Ray's.
He doesn't
Sweet
like chocolate
baby
milkshakes
Ray.
either.
He does. He just wanted you to think he
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
Here comes the 0-2 from Majors. Fastball, strike, 3 call, froze him on the outside corner. And down goes Carter Calton for the first out in the top of the 5th. So 1 down for the Red Devils. Michael Penn here with us tonight, producing and directing. Glad to have him here, even though he did drive his motorcycle from Jackson Lake here
I'm
to
ready.
Zebulon
I'm
tonight.
ready for my ride home tonight. It's going to be awesome.
When you pull over on the side of the road and you're cold, I'm just going to ride by and just laugh at you. First pitch, swing and a miss here to Copeland Kersey. He was late on the fastball, and it's 0-1. Copeland Kersey batting in the number 8 spot for the Red Devils. He walked his first time up. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 5th. Here's the 0-1. And that one misses low and outside for ball 1. Chris, you were talking about the Atlanta Braves. Yes, I am back with the Braves this year.
Okay.
You did not get me in trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
I was up there Monday night for orientation at Truist Park, and it was snowing. I'm not exaggerating. I was outside the Battery. Here's the 1-1. This one's golfed out of play into the light pole down the first base line. I'm outside the ballpark getting ready to host orientation for all of our new hires, and it's snowing chunks at Truist Park. But I'll be back up there tomorrow night. Got to start rehearsals. And then I'll be back for Saturday rehearsals. And then Sunday at Truist Park, we're hosting a free open house
Nice.
in Braves country.
Is that for A-list only?
That's for everybody. I'll tell you more about it here in just a second.
Pretty cool.
Here's the 1-2 from Majors. Strike 3 call. Fired a bender in there. And it set perfectly. First strikeout, number 2 of the inning. But yeah, this Sunday, the Braves are hosting a free open house at Truist Park from 1 until 4. Your chance to come and play catch on the field. You can come tour the ballpark. You can find seats for this season. Check out the bullpens, and they're going to have the concessions open, the retail stores open, so you can do a little shopping. Be pretty cool, man. Bring your kids out there and play catch on the field. That's 1 to 4 this Sunday. It's free to get in. And, we're just a week away from opening day next Friday when the Kansas City Royals come to town.
Everybody's an A-lister when they come up there.
That's right. Well, I found out a great number as the 1-0 was swung on and missed. So in our orientation this past Monday night, so Truist Park holds just a little under 41,000 seats. I learned Monday night we have over 20,000 A-list members.
Wow.
Here comes the 1-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. Now it's 1-2 to the catcher, John Worden, the number 9 batter. So, man, I cannot wait. Braves baseball returns next Friday. I'll be back in the plaza outside the Chop House gate.
You have to ask Acuna about the World Baseball Classic Championship. Wow, look at Majors here.
Strikes out the side. Blew a fastball right by John Worden. And it's 1, 2, 3. Down go the Red Devils in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. Pike County leading 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Dedication, compassion, and integrity. We've got the experience and expertise. When you need some help and you feel like there's nowhere to go, you can count on us for everything you need to know. The Fellers Law Firm, where clients become family.
Here we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Red Devils on top 2-0. And tonight's coverage of Red Devil and Pike County Pirate Baseball is being presented by our good friends at Pirate Nutrition. You see them on your screen right there with the great tasting drinks. Chris Childress is here with me, and boy, the great folks at Pirate Nutrition, they've been coming up with some great baseball-themed drinks this year.
Well, they have, but I'm going to tell you my favorite there is the Savannah Sunset. Beth Totten, who owns the place, will tell you that has been my go-to now for quite a couple years. You know, I found out the other day that Beth Totten was good friends with my mom many, many years ago, had no idea who I was. I'm standing there talking about her, and she goes, "Your mom? To Cheryl? No way. That's your mom?" I was, yeah. So not only does she make good drinks. Chad?
Sorry, I was a little distracted.
Chad, you're over here.
Heckling. Sorry, I was listening to heckling.
Not only does Beth make good drinks, she's good people, and I love them so much over there at Pirate Nutrition. You can find them located over there next to Palamos Grill, the Mexican joint.
Well,
right
just
there in
make sure if
Middletown.
you're going to go on Wednesday, you're there before 2 o'clock. we sent Michael Moody to go pick up our game day drinks today, and he's like, dude, they closed at 2. And, it's always like craving Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I was craving one of those teas today from Pirate Nutrition in Zebulon. I was hoping to get the pickle, the green one we had a few weeks ago. That's actually one that's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
I was craving one of those baseball-themed drinks today, and Moody sends us a text and says, sorry, dog, they closed at 2 today.
Oh, man. Well,
So next time we have a Pike County baseball game, we're just going to have to get 8 drinks brought to the table. But big thank you to Pirate Nutrition, Beth and Jim and everybody over there for their support of our coverage of K13 Media and Pike County baseball. We couldn't do it with everybody who supports us, and you see all those supporters on your screen here tonight. Those are the people who support our broadcast, and those are the people who make it possible for us to be able to do these live broadcasts for football and baseball season. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's 2-0 Pirates, and it's back to the top of the order for the Pike County catcher, M.T. Moody, who is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Flew out to center and tapped out to first.
Third time leading off this game.
Yep. First pitch here from Juan Vega is out there for a strike, and it's 0-1. M.T. Moody, Sawyer Selman, and Walker Stiltner are the first 3 due up for the Pirates. Here's the 0-1 outside, and it's 1-1. Man, it's awesome. I got Pike County baseball here tonight, back with the Braves tomorrow night. I'll be in Macon Friday, my final hockey game of the year with the Mayhem, and then back with the Braves Saturday and Sunday. As Moody slaps this one to the left side for a base hit. There's a leadoff single for the catcher, M.T. Moody. Send it right between the gap. It's short and third, and it's a leadoff single for the Pirates in the bottom of the 5th.
I'd like to say hey to Alex Wall. He reached out to me. Again, a really good guy over there, the president of Macon Mayhem.
They are, man.
They're really good people.
So apparently we got a delay here at the Jack. Coach Parrott's telling security that there's somebody in the outfield that's throwing stuff over the fence, disrupting the game. And this is about the 5th or 6th time that we've had to send a player out to center, as Kanan Bernhardt, the Red Devil center fielder, is now climbing the fence. And I don't know what that was. That was not a ball or something. That looked like a big tree limb.
Yeah, there's something in center field that was like a ball that just got thrown out there. Never seen anything come on this side of the field from that side of the fence. I always see them going the other way.
Watch Kanan Bernhardt. Here he goes. Chunks it over the fence into the woods.
Well, that's now Mangum property.
That is how you clear out unwanted mess at the Jack. That is why he was the Jackson quarterback, too, this year. The Red Devil center fielder clearing the debris in center field. Yeah, that's out in the woods. So don't know who it did belong to, but that's a long way from where it was.
Yeah, that's Mangum property over there. They own it.
What is it about our delays here? Sprinkler delays. We've got stuff thrown on the field. Let's just hope we don't get Chris Childress running naked out here.
Oh, that's not going to happen again.
Could you represent yourself with Childress and Justice if you did that, or would you have to hire somebody?
No, I could represent myself. That's why I became an attorney. It was going to be cheaper.
Snap throw back over to first, and M.T. Moody is back with a head-first dive safely.
I'd let Landon represent me on that one. I certainly would. I'd let him file the entry of appearance.
The entry of appearance. What's your case? Well, sir, I was naked on a high school baseball field.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
We've done gone down a rabbit trail, hadn't we?
I tell you what.
Here's the pitch. And there's a strike taken on the outside corner. Sawyer Selman is at the plate for the Pirates. He is batting second. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2-0 Pike County. Been a great ballgame. Good pitching from both sides. Number 2 spot in the lineup, the lefty Sawyer Selman, with a runner at first and nobody out in the 5th. Vega out of the stretch. Bunt cannot get down, and Moody's going to take off and steal second. Sawyer Selman tried to bunt it, bunted right through the pitch. And fortunately, M.T. Moody was able to slide in with a stolen base at second. That was almost disaster for the Pirates. And now there's 2 strikes on Sawyer Selman.
See if Sawyer can now move M.T. to third with a 2-strike approach.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Runner at second, nobody out. Vega in the stretch. Here comes the 0-2. That one just missed upstairs for ball 1. Juan Vega on the mound for the Red Devils. Again, when he's not pitching, he's catching for Jackson High School. Kid is an incredible athlete. Still haven't seen his dad, Chris, out here yet. Here comes the 1-2. This one is hit over to the right side, and it's going to get down off the glove of the first baseman, Sears. It deflects to second, and thrown out trying to score is M.T. Moody. Lincoln Sears, the first baseman for the Red Devils, just made a video game move where he threw his glove toward the ball and deflected it. That ball was on a path to right field. Sears dove for it, threw his glove. It deflected to second base, where Carter Colton picked it up and threw a strike to home plate to throw out M.T. Moody. What a crazy play.
I think a young man dislocated his shoulder out and left. He's up against the batting cages now for the Jackson Red Devils.
That's the first baseman, Sears, I believe. And now Coach Blake Parrott is arguing with the umpires. I tell you what, if it's weird and it can happen, it's going to happen here at the Jack in Zebulon. You've seen those videos on social media where players take their gloves off and throw them in the air, trying to deflect a fly ball, just playing around.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, that is exactly what happened.
You can't throw your glove at the ball.
Lincoln Sears took his glove off the first baseman, threw it at the ball, and hit it. And it deflected to the second baseman for the Red Devils, who come up firing to home plate. Yeah. And the Red Devils just threw out M.T. Moody trying to score.
You really, I'm pretty confident that rule is that you cannot take your glove off and try to throw it up in the air. Throw it. It has to stay connected to your body when you go to.
And folks, we're not talking about the glove fell off.
He threw it.
He took it off and flung it. That ball was on its way to right field. Wow. Oh, that's something I can honestly say in 23 years of broadcasting I have never seen happen.
I've never seen it not called.
I've never seen it not called either.
When your glove comes off or you throw it, that's interference right there.
So now there's one out. Again, Moody was thrown out trying to score from second. Bang, bang play at the plate. So one out, runner at first here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Walker Stiltner's at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of strikeouts. This one is grounded over to third. Could be 2. Throw to first is low, and a diving play at second base by the Red Devil second baseman Carter Colton. He's able to get the ball and lay on top of the bag for the second out. So a good play by Lucas West, the Red Devil third baseman, and an even better play. That's back-to-back great plays by the second baseman Carter Colton for the Red Devils. And now there's 2 outs and a runner at first. And here comes the right fielder, Jarrett Morris. Reached on a throwing error his first time up, struck out his second time. Snap throw back to first.
First
and
time
Stiltner's back safely.
First time Jarrett Morris hasn't had to lead off an inning.
2 down, runner at first. First pitch to Morris. That one slapped out to left. No throwing any gloves at that one. Just a solid single to left. And it's a 2-out base hit for the Pirates, the first hit of the game for Morris. And that'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs for Max Harris. I still can't get over that play at first.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the rule there is you can't throw your glove at a ball.
This is one of those times I wish we had video here doing the ball game because we could go back and see the replay. But Lincoln Sears, who, by the way, is just a great athlete at first base for the Red Devils, a great ball player. He's got his glove on his left hand. And when that ball came that way, he took his glove off and threw his glove with his right hand. And it deflected the ball on the dirt as it was about to roll into right field. And I mean deflected it perfectly to the second baseman, Carter Colton, who then threw the strike at home to throw out Moody on a bang-bang play. But only at the Jack. Folks, if you're not coming to these baseball games in Pike County, you're missing out.
Man,
Never a dull moment.
I'm in awe. I'm really in awe. I'm trying to. My buddy out there behind the plate just blew that call. Is it okay I use blue then?
Yes, you can refer to him as the blue, but he's also an umpire.
Yeah, I'm talking about like if they blew a call.
The blue blew a call?
Blue
wow. Okay, Chris. Don't give me any more pet peeves. I'm already up to 4.
BLUE and BLEW.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. All right, so there's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Pike County has runners at first and second, and here's Max Harris. He'll take a first pitch fastball just below the knees. And again, if that's any other batter in this Pike County lineup, that's a strike. But with Max being about 6'2", 6'3", it looks low. Although it's a great pitch from Vega.
I know. He's taller than me. I'm 6'2", and he's easily taller than me.
1-0. This time is up around his chin, and now it's quickly 2-0. Red Devils and the Pirates here tonight. First meeting of the season between the two teams, and it has been a good one from the start. Pirates got 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. 2 outs, 2 on, and a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Vega. This one's chopped right back to the mound. Should be easy for Vega. He's got it, and an underhand toss over to first base. And that will do it for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A crazy, crazy inning for the Pirates. They strand 2. We are through 5 going to the top of the 6th inning. Pike County leads Jackson 2-0.
Roofing, gutters, concrete, fencing, siding, and painting. That's just a sample of the services offered by Advanced Roofing and Interiors. Advanced Roofing and Interiors is also a Master Elite certified company. Only 2% of all roofing companies in the U.S. can say that. They also offer the best warranties in the business. 25 years on labor, 50-year manufacturer warranties. If you need work done around your home, office, or church, go with the best. Advanced Roofing and Interiors.
Well, folks, here tonight, it's all about Pike County Pirate baseball. But coming up in just a few weeks, we are going to be getting ready to start talking about Pirate football. As you can see on your screen, the Pike County Pirate Touchdown Club getting ready for their annual golf tournament on April the 25th. It's going to take place at the Rain Tree Golf Course in Thomaston. I don't know about you guys, but football will be here before you know it. Spring practice going to be firing up in May. And then in the blink of an eye, it'll be August. And we'll be ready to get back over at the Boneyard. But again, we would love for you to step out and help the Pirate golf tournament for the football team. Get in touch with Coach Holmes if you want to play, sponsored. If you want to volunteer, maybe drive a golf cart, help a lunch, whatever you can do. April 25th, Rain Tree Golf Course in Thomaston. Sounds like a fun time.
Look, Children's and Justice got a sponsorship out there.
Nice.
We're gonna bring a team. I want everybody else to come out there too. I got Tammy Bassett going to hunt me down, I think, tomorrow to come grab the money. Coach Holmes, I am so impressed with that man and what he's done since he's come over here. He's gotten me excited about Pirate football.
Who's your team? I'm just curious. You said Children's and Justice have a team. Who's playing?
Well, I mean, it's right. So it'll be my father-in-law who you met.
Yeah, who's a great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
He's going to come play with us, and then I'll have Landon Justice to come up, and then Timmy Pryor.
All right, man. You talk about an all-star crew.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna have a real good time.
Got to meet Chris's father-in-law the other day at the Georgia baseball game. Such a cool guy. Loves his Georgia dogs, football, baseball, and somehow he gave permission for Chris to marry his daughter, which I still don't understand why or how he did that. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, and Alan Majors fires a first pitch fastball right through Kanan Bernhardt, the leadoff batter for the Red Devils. It's 1-2-3 for Jackson here at the top of the 6th inning. Bernhardt, Vega, and Couch, that is. Sorry about that. There's strike 2. Kanan Bernhardt 0 for 2 on the day. He is the leadoff batter for the Red Devils, also the center fielder. As the sun is slowly starting to set behind us, the entire field now in shade at the Jack. Majors out of the wide, the 0-2. And there is strike 3. Got him with a good off-speed pitch on the outside corner. And down goes Bernhardt for the first out in the top of the 6th inning.
That is 4 strikeouts in a row now for Alan Majors.
He is moving. I believe that's 7 total in the ball game, if my Jackson High School math is correct.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I did get kicked out of math class my senior year. There's a story in that. My wife will tell you. First pitch here is low and outside for ball 1. This is Juan Vega, the Red Devil pitcher today. He is 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a pop out over to short. That was over in foul territory earlier in the ball game. 1-0 pitch to him, popped up, out of play behind home plate over our heads in the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. Great night for some high school baseball. Sun is set, temperature starting to drop too. Again, these same 2 teams will meet in Jackson on Friday for a Friday night doubleheader. Here comes the 1-1. Foul back to the net, and it's 1-2. If you're going to be going to that game Friday night, be sure to stop by and see our friends at Buckner's Family Restaurant in Jackson. They're right off of Highway 36 for all you Pike County fans. If you're going to be heading to Jackson, stop by Buckner's. It's rib night on Friday night. All you can eat ribs. They'd love to see you at Buckner's as you're making your way to Jackson Friday. Here's the 1-2, missed upstairs, and it's 2-2.
I said Michael Penn over here saying that he's going to be there at the Jackson Pike County game. I'm not. I'll be at the coaches' banquet.
I'll be talking hockey Friday night.
Yeah, Greg, are you going to make it?
You know it.
Oh, Greg, his buddy T. Carmichael's there. 2-2, and there's strike three, another breaking ball, and that is the 5th consecutive strikeout for Allen Majors. 2 down now for the Red Devils in the top of the 6th inning.
Me and T. Carmichael might, in between innings, get out on the field and do the Macarena.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but you're definitely going to be up in that press box staying warm.
It's gonna be nice and warm.
Oh, that's right.
It's like 70-something degrees. Yeah.
I forgot. It's beginning of the week, snow. End of the week's sunny.
Here's Carver Couch. He'll foul tip the first pitch into the mitt. Yeah, tornado warnings Monday morning. Snow Monday night. And then temperatures this weekend, I think I heard almost near 90 on Sunday, so it's like 86 or 87 degrees Sunday.
Ooh.
There was the tornado that came really close to Yatesville, almost got to my father-in-law's house.
Oh, one pitch is taken for a strike inside, and it's 0-2. And now the Red Devil fans to our left are starting to chirp at the home plate umpire. They don't like that one.
Majors is dealing.
He is trying to strike out the side. The 0-2, and it's popped foul right in front of us. And Couch will stay alive. He is 0 for 2 on the night. A ground out to second and a strikeout. Again, Allen Majors, the pitcher for Pike County, has struck out 5 straight batters, trying to get a 6-pack here in the top of the 6th. He's ahead 0-2 to Carver Couch. Out of the wind, the 0-2. Foul tip just out of the mid of the catcher, M.T. Moody. And he was that close from striking him out. That one just popped out of the glove. Right around the letters, and Greg, I agree with you. That fastball from Majors is on point right now. Great command of it.
I'd pop him inside fastball right here.
Another lefty. He struck out the last lefty he faced.
He looks so composed on the mound.
He's in the wind. He's ready. The 0-2. Fouled back, and a good at-bat here from Carver Couch, the Red Devil shortstop. He has fouled off the last couple of pitches to stay alive. Carver Couch batting in the number 3 hole for the Red Devils in the top of the 6th inning. Pike leads 2-0. 0-2 pitch, and holding off for ball 1 is Carver Couch. Boy, he wanted to hack at it, but he just did hold off. And it's going to bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. As Allen Majors, the righty, works out of the wind. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. And Couch wasn't chasing that, and now the count's even at 2-2. 4:30 Friday night for Game 1. Game 2 will follow after that, probably sometime around 7:30 at Wallace Field. That's at Red Devil Hill in downtown Jackson. It is not at Jackson High School, so if you're one of the Pike County fans tuned in, going Friday night, don't end up at the high school. You'll be at the wrong spot. The 2-2 from Majors. Fastball way high and outside, and now the count's full at 3-2.
And it will not be broadcast, so you need to get out there and get to it, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep, unfortunately, unless Michael Penn wants to do it by himself, how about we send Michael Penn, Greg Parrott, and T. Carmichael on the call?
Oh, my goodness. What do you think, Greg?
3-2, and there's ball 4.
Well, I don't know how that works.
Carver Couch.
What?
Let's see what's going on here. Hold on. It was a 3-2 count. The ball was in the dirt. It should have been ball 4.
Who called time?
But did somebody call timeout? Because Couch is back in the box.
Well, a good thing I use blue ink in my book, and I can't do anything about changing that.
Well, let's do it again. Another payoff. 3-2. Majors from the wind and the pitch. This one fouled down the left field line, deep into the parking lot. I don't hear a crunch. Boy, it hits the asphalt and takes about a 25, 30-foot bounce. Did they ever fix that light pole down there? Is that the same one, or is that a new one?
No, it's still leaning over there.
Okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Majors is ready. Another payoff pitch. And there is strike 3 on the outside corner. Carver Couch goes down looking. Allen Majors strikes out the side. In the top of the 6th, all 3 Red Devils strike out looking. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Pirates lead 2-0.
Top-rate electrical repair and installation can make all the difference in your home or business. That's why you need the best in the business. Enlightening Electric. They're available 24/7. Licensed, insured, and bonded, and provide the very best electrical services. See for yourself. Just one click to enlighteningelectric.com will show all the services they offer. Free estimates are also available. Experience and expertise. It's not just electric, it's Enlightening Electric.
Ever thought the day would come where you could apply for a mortgage from the comfort of your living room or home office? In as little as 20 minutes, you can apply online with our new online mortgage center. So visit our website and apply today. We're an equal housing lender. First Bank of Pike. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at firstbankofpike.com.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 2-0 Pike County on top of the Red Devils here tonight at the Jack in Zebulon. And we're going to have a new pitcher coming into the ballgame for Jackson High School. Kanan Bernhardt, who started in center field, wearing number 1, is now going to come in and pitch for Jackson as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pike County leading it by a score of 2-0. Alongside of Chris Childress, Michael Penn, and Greg Parrott, I'm Chad Feltman with K13 Media. Michael Moody, our PA announcer, high atop here tonight at the Jack in Zebulon. Very happy for K13 Media to be the game ball sponsor here tonight for the Pike County Pirates. Pretty cool program that Coach Parrott does every year. If you want to get involved with it with your business or organization, be sure to reach out to Coach Parrott. It was just $75 tonight. We've gotten all kind of great mentions over the PA this evening. Very happy to help out the Pirate baseball program. I believe now a case of baseballs costs somewhere around like $90 for 12 baseballs. It used to be just $40 or $50 just a few years ago. And now it's almost $100 for a case of baseballs. So
$96.
That sounds about right. So our cost was $75 to be the game ball sponsor, and very happy to help, and just happy to help the Pike County Pirate baseball program. And it's been a great game here tonight between the Red Devils and the Pirates. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And again, a new pitcher for Jackson, Kanan Bernhardt, the righty, is on the mound, and he is ready and fires a first pitch fastball for a strike to Ashton Owens. The Pike County left fielder has walked twice tonight. It'll be Ashton Owens, Daniel Jones, and Lyric Scott. First 3 due up. Here comes the 0-1 from Bernhardt, and that one's high and inside. And it's going to even the count at 1-1. I'm trying to think ahead about our Childress and Justice player of the game for tonight. Man,
I know. I'm already on one. I'm just going to leave him alone right now. If you're following along, you know exactly who I'm thinking about.
Here's the 1-1, and it's swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Where you're thinking somebody, I'm thinking somebody else.
No, I'm thinking if it's not Lyric.
Well, we'll see at the end of the ballgame. You weren't supposed to give the answer away.
I know what's in your head.
1-2 missed outside, and now it's 2-2. You could tell Greg Parrott, Chris ain't one of those radio guys who knows how to set up a tease. He just gives it to you right away.
No, it's not. I am so champion a good guy right now.
Don't say
I'll tell you what Vega has done. He closed his night out after 5 innings.
Hang on, this one's popped up a mile high behind the bag at first, and Sears this time will not throw his glove at the ball. He will keep it on his hand, and he'll make the catch in fair territory right on the edge of the grass, right on top of the paint, down the right field line for out number 1.
I will show love to the starting pitcher for the Jackson Red Devils. He did throw 5 innings. He had 6 Ks, gave up 5 hits, and not just barreled hits, just, got – Pirates found some holes and only gave up a walk. He had a great night.
Here's Daniel Jones at the plate. He'll send a lazy fly ball out towards straightaway center, and it's going to drop in. I believe it was lost in the lights. The center fielder for the Red Devils came charging in, and I'm trying to get a number, Michael Penn, if you can help me out there on that number of the center fielder who's walking away to replace Bernhardt. He just flat out lost it in the lights. So it's going to get down as a single. Chris Childress is saying number 2 for us. We got the lineup card right here underneath. Thank you very much, Chris. And that should be John Worden. No, number 2's the catcher, John Worden behind the plate. We'll figure it out, but it's going to go down as a base hit.
Who's number 1?
Number 1 is Kanan Bernhardt. He is the pitcher pitching right now. So the ball was lost in the lights, and it'll put a runner on first with 1 out. And here is Lyric Scott at the plate. He is responsible for both of the Pike County runs and now drops down a beautiful bunt right back to the mound and he does beat it out. He was flying down that first base line. The throw from Bernhardt was on time, but it pops out of the glove of the Jackson first baseman Lincoln Sears.
I think the ball made contact with the glove about the same time as the glove made contact with Lyric's shoulder as he was coming down that line.
Well, that's going to go down as an infield single for Lyric Scott. So now Pike County with runners at first and second with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, they're up 2-0. And Kobe Ivester, the number 9 batter, will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game.
He's due.
He bats in the number 9 spot here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. He shows bunt, pulls back, and the pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Kobe Ivester today has flew out to the shortstop, and that catch was actually made in foul territory. And he also struck out looking his last time to the plate. So Ivester is 0 for 2 in the ball game, as now the home plate umpire is going to go out and have a word with the Jackson pitcher, Kanan Bernhardt. And that will also draw a visit from Ryan Duffy, the head coach of the Red Devils. And the 3 will talk right there on the mound.
Man, Bobby is giving him an earful out there on the mound.
Pike County and Jackson here tonight. Callaway is taking on Westside Macon tonight. They were also supposed to play yesterday, but their field conditions could not take the ball game, so they're playing. Morgan County absolutely demolished Rutland on Tuesday night. They won that game 16-1 to beat the Hurricanes, who are now 0-3 in region play. Morgan County, by the way, the number 1 ranked team in Class AA baseball right now. And we will see them in just a few weeks, 1 time here at the Jack and then 2 times at their place over in Madison. Right now it is 2-0 Pirates. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out, runners on first and second. Pirates are at the plate. Kobe Ivester is the batter with a 1-0 count, and now the meeting is broken up at the mound. Kanan Bernhardt, the pitcher for Jackson, started the game in center field. He'll now work out of the stretch. 1-0 count to Ivester. Bernhardt looking in, out of the stretch. Is going to step off, and there's going to be a balk called. Bernhardt just about fell off the mound. He took so long on that. He was about to spin and throw to second base, and it looked like he just kind of froze and was getting ready to just fall forward. And there's a balk, so that's going to put runners at second and third. And now Bernhardt to the wind, the 1-0 line, foul down the first base line for strike 1. So I believe that's number 5 in center field right now. Thank you very much, Michael Penn. That is Copeland Kersey, who has moved from left to right.
So we've got Jones at third, Scott at second, the speedy Scott at second too, with Kobe at the plate.
1-1 count to Ivester. Here comes the pitch from Bernhardt. It's downstairs in the dirt. And that is ball 2.
What you paying for over there, Chad? You gonna send me some money?
My eBay account's going off. I got an auction I'm watching. It ends in 2 minutes, so I'm trying to double task here. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner from Bernhardt. And it evens the count at 2-2. Runners on second and third for the Pirates. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to add a few insurance runs. 1 out. Pirates lead 2-0. A 2-2 count to Ivester. Here's the pitch. Slapped over toward short. Infield's playing in. Throw home is in plenty of time. What a play by the Red Devils. The shortstop, Carver Couch, comes up firing a strike to home plate. and throws out Daniel Jones trying to score from third. Infield was in, and Carver Couch with a big-time play to throw him out at home.
Man, that's the second out tonight at home plate for the Pirates.
What a play at shortstop by the Red Devils. That's the second out of the inning. Runners now are going to be on the corners as now the two umpires are going to come and have a meeting here in the middle of the infield over toward the first base side. Pirates going to have runners on the corners, though. But, yeah, that is the second time tonight Pike County has had a runner thrown out at the plate by the Red Devils. Once by the second baseman Carter Caulfield, that time by the shortstop Carver Couch. And right now it remains a 2-0 ball game. 2 outs, they're on the corners. And now coming to the plate is going to be M.T. Moody, the leadoff batter for Pike County. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game.
First time tonight that MT didn't have to lead off an inning. He's now got 2 outs, runners on first and third, coming off of a good single his last AB.
Let's see if we might do a little trickery right here between first and third.
Well, there's 2 outs. It would be a big risk, but we'll see. They're on the corners.
You got him.
There he goes. Bernhardt's going to step off, throw to second, and it works for the Pirates. Greg, just like you called it. The runner goes from first to second as the pitcher Bernhardt threw it to his second baseman. So now Pike County with runners at second and third. You got to believe Jackson kind of sniffed that one out, knew what was coming. They had it played perfectly.
I even sniffed that one out.
The old hound dog, Greg Parrott. And now we're going to have an intentional walk. Coach Ryan Duffy, the head coach for the Red Devils, will intentionally walk M.T. Moody, and that'll load the bases. Not a bad call by Coach Duffy. Load the bases, and now you set up your defense for a force play anywhere in the infield. That is a heads-up call by Ryan Duffy, the head coach for the Red Devils. But now there's 2 outs, and the bases are loaded for Pike County for Sawyer Selman, the lefty.
Sawyer had a single his last time up.
First pitch all the way to the backstop, almost in the grill of Greg Parrott.
Woo!
That ball airmailed the Jackson catcher. It came off the backstop, and I thought Greg was going to flip out of his chair.
Yeah, you would have heard that thump at home. That was the field mic catching that ball.
Man.
Here comes the 1-0 now from Bernhardt. There's a strike on the outside corner, and he was the count at 1-1. That ball never touched the glove of the Jackson catcher, Worden. Over his head, like it was going to land right in Greg's lap. Greg, there's a reason why Chris put you there, and he's over here. 1-1 count to the lefty. Here's the pitch. A little low, and there's ball 2. So now the count's going to be 2 balls and a strike. I would just like to let all of y'all know that I won my auction, by the way, on eBay. So
what did you get?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Golly,
teaser.
2-1. Taking for a strike outside. It was an Atlanta Braves baseball card I was bidding on. I collect Braves baseball cards.
Okay.
I've been watching this one for a few days, and I was the high bidder. My wife was probably thinking, you moron, do the game and leave eBay alone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded, bottom of the 6th. Bernhardt, the pitcher for Jackson, out of the wind. Here it comes. Low and outside, and there's ball 3. And now the runners are going to be on the move. The old baseball merry-go-round is about to fire up here at the Jack. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning, bases loaded. Bernhardt, the pitcher. Sawyer Selman, the lefty, at the plate. Bernhardt's ready. Here we go. The payoff, and there it is. It's in the dirt for ball 4. And Bernhardt just walked in a run. And that'll make it 3-0 Pike County. An RBI for Selman. That is the only downside to that intentional walk. When you load the bases intentionally, you got nowhere to put a guy. And we may have a courtesy runner coming up here for Pike County as Coach Blake Parrott's going to come down and have a word with the home plate umpire. He's breaking out the lineup card. Samaje Smith is going to come out for Pike County. He will run at second. Pike County running back this year for the football team. Now we'll show off that speed. Don't think he's going to have to hit anybody, though, as he goes from second base. Hopefully he doesn't hit anybody.
So now we got Kobe Ivester at third. We have Samaje hitting courtesy run or pinch running for MT at second and Sawyer at first.
Here's the first pitch to Stiltner. Whoa, it's over his head. He got to duck down to avoid getting hit in the head with it. And there's ball one. Walker Stiltner tonight. Couple of strikeouts and a fielder's choice. He's batting with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning.
He's due. This kid can hit.
1-0 low from Bernhardt, who now is upset with himself on the mound, shrugs his shoulders, starting to tilt his head back and forth, just can't find the zone all of a sudden.
Yeah, 2-0 pitch right here. You know, Walker is looking for a fastball.
Here it comes, and he got it. Fouled out of play behind the net here at home plate, and it's 2-1. Stiltner tonight, again, a couple of strikeouts, fielder's choice. Bases are loaded for the Pirates. 1 run across so far here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-0 Pike. Chance here to really open it up. 2-1 pitch on the way. Upstairs, there's ball 3. Again, nowhere to put him. Bernhardt has already walked 1 with the bases loaded here in the 6th. Let's see if Stiltner's got a green light or how disciplined he'll be at the plate. He's ahead 3-1. Bernhardt out of the wind, and here it comes, and there it goes, ball 4. Back-to-back bases loaded walks by Kanan Bernhardt, the Red Devil pitcher. And it is now 4-0 Pike County. And it looks like we may be getting a pitching change here. Coach Ryan Duffy is out of the Red Devil dugout. We're at least going to have a mound visit. He's going to come out and have a word with Kanan Bernhardt. 4-0 Pike County. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. Again, these same 2 teams going to meet up on Friday night in Jackson. 4:30 for game 1. It'll be a doubleheader at Wallace Field. That's over at Red Devil Hill. Going to be a beautiful night for some baseball at a beautiful sports complex at Jackson High School. I don't know if they still deep fry their hot dogs, but man, all the years I worked over there, they had some amazing ballpark hot dogs. Just an FYI, Greg, when you're going over there Friday night.
I'll get one and I'll
report back. Thank you, sir.
I'll report back to you.
I know they got some good boiled peanuts too. So
Jarrett Morris now coming up with the bases loaded.
First pitch on the way to him from Bernhardt. It is skied into the Zebulon night out in left field. Who wants it? 2 Red Devils are there, and it falls out of the glove. 2-run score, and trying to score from first is going to be Stiltner. He will be thrown out at the plate, but 2 runs will come in and score on the drop fly ball in left center field. So Pike County puts a 4 spot on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now will take a 6-0 lead as we go to the top of the 7th here in Zebulon. Did you ever think you'd hear about a new vehicle with a monthly payment under $200 per month again in your life? Well, it's true and available now on the new 2025 Jeep Gladiators at Countryside. That's right, you can lease a brand new Gladiator for only $199 per month for 39 months. Want even more great lease offers? You got it. Lease a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $309 per month for 36 months. You can even lease a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn for just $369 per month for 39 months. See these vehicles and more at CountrysideAutomotive.com. Countryside is located right off of I-75, exit 205 and Highway 16 in Jackson. Come see their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today, and let's find your new ride at Countryside.
Ever thought the day would come where you could apply for a mortgage from the comfort of your living room or home office? In as little as 20 minutes, you can apply online with our new online mortgage center. So visit our website and apply today. We're an equal housing lender. First Bank of Pike. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at firstbankofpike.com.
Here we go to the top of the 7th inning. Pike County now on top of Jackson 6-0 after the Pirates put up a 4 spot in the 6th. And now just 3 outs away from winning game 1 of the series against the Red Devils. And as we go to the top of the 7th, it's going to be the heart of the order for Jackson. It's going to be Carver Couch, Evan Novotny, and Lucas West. 4, 5, and 6 due up. And they will still be facing Alan Majors, who is trying to go the distance here tonight and pitch a complete game shutout for Pike County. And boy, as he looks sharp here tonight. Great command of that fastball.
Yeah.
And he's 3 outs away from earning the win here tonight.
He struck out 9 tonight.
He will face off with Evan Novotny, first batter for the Red Devils in the 7th. And here's the first pitch. Just about hit him with a fastball in tight.
He did hit him the last time up in the 4th inning.
Yep, got him between the shoulder blades.
Feel like he's the only one he's thrown at tonight.
Majors out of the wind with a 1-0. Fastball this time missed below the knees and is quickly 2-0. Well, it's been a great ball game here tonight.
Yeah, it sure has. Majors has only faced 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th.
2-0 misses downstairs, and now he's behind 3-0.
He has really just been efficient this evening.
Red Devils have played very well here tonight, too, defensively and pitching. Just a couple of plays here and there that's really hurt him here tonight. 3-0 from Majors. And there's a get-me-over strike. And it's 3-1 as Novotny was taken all the way. The bloop hit by Lyric Scott down the right field line that fell in for an RBI hit. The drop fly ball, or miss fly ball, I should say, as this one is skied out to right center field. Who wants it? Lyric Scott, the center fielder, going to be called off by Jarrett Morris, the right fielder. And that's the first out here in the top of the 7th inning. So now the Pirates are just 2 outs away from getting back to 500 in region play. And it'll bring up the Jackson third baseman, Lucas West. He is 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out swinging and struck out looking. Nobody on with 1 down at the top of the 7th inning. Been a quick one here tonight, too. I like these games a lot. Nobody on, 1 out. Alan Majors for the Pirates down the wind. First pitch, there's a strike right down the middle with a fastball. Greg, I haven't seen Majors throw anything other than a fastball probably the last 10 pitches.
Well, that's what's working, so continue on with it. They're not going to catch up with it.
Here's the 0-1, and there's another fastball fouled out of play as Lucas West was late.
You know, it seemed like he did a lot of thinking last Wednesday on the mound. He did a lot of processing. This game, he has really just got on the mound and delivered pitches.
He's ahead 0-2. He'll work out of the wind, and here it is. This one is golfed out toward right down the line, and a
what a
diving
play!
catch. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Jared Morris lays out down the right field line, and Morris makes the catch for the second out.
That was huge.
You know what?
That was huge.
I'm taking the boy for sushi.
There you go. He didn't hit a home run, but that's our play of the game, no doubt.
Oh, my goodness.
Jarrett Morris, the right fielder for Pike County, a long way to run, chasing it toward the line, dives and makes the catch for the second out here in the 7th inning. All I got to say about that is dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. That's where Michael Moody needs that sound effect upstairs. Having a good time to hit it.
He actually has it. He has it. I can't believe he didn't pull it out.
Red Devils are down to their final out here in the 7th. It's Lincoln Sears at the plate.
Wow, that was the hardest thrown ball he's probably thrown all night right there.
First pitch fastball is off the glove of the Pike County catcher, M.T. Moody, and it's ball 1. Lincoln Sears tonight is 0 for 2. He grounded out to second base, and then he lined out to center field. Here comes the 1-0. Right at the knees, but taken for ball 2.
Man, that just missed right down the middle.
And Lincoln had one of the most interesting plays I have ever seen in my broadcasting career earlier tonight at first base when he took his glove off and threw the glove at a ball. As this one is taken for a ball outside. Took his glove off while playing first base, threw his glove at a ball that was going to right field for an RBI hit. The glove hit the ball, deflected to the Jackson second baseman, who came up firing a strike to home to throw out a runner, trying to score for the Pirates.
Man, I don't know where Majors has missed those first three pitches.
Well, there's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Lincoln Sears will keep the game alive. And it'll put a runner on first for the Red Devils for their second baseman, Carter Colton, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Ground out to short, and he struck out looking his last time up. That was part of that run that Majors had where he struck out 6 consecutive batters. It started with Colton. He's a lefty facing the righty Majors, who's trying to finish the game and go the distance. 2 outs, runner on first. Majors is ready. Here's the first pitch, and that's ball 5. He missed high and outside. Might not be a bad time here for the catcher, Moody, to go out and just have a word with his pitcher. Just say, hey, man, we're 1 out away from getting dinner. Let's finish this thing up. We're up 6. Just those strikes, and let's go.
Use your defense, Majors. Get out of this thing.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball. There's the strike on the outside corner to the lefty, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first for the Red Devils. Pike County leading 6-0. We're in the top of the 7th. Alan Major started trying to go the distance. Here's the 1-1. That one's high and tight, and it just about hit Colton, and that's ball 2. Again, these same 2 teams in action for a doubleheader Friday night in Jackson. They'll play at Wallace Field. That's at Red Devil Hill. It is not at Jackson High School, just an FYI. Here's the 2-1. This one's fouled back just about. Good God Almighty. Feel like a missile coming right at Greg. Are you all right over there? That's 2.
I'm good, man.
Next game, Greg's going back to the press box. We're going to bring a 100-foot cable for him to join us on the broadcast.
Oh, we're looking gunshot now. Yeah,
Man.
he's fine. He's fine. I'm fine.
Majors 1 strike away from finishing it out. Now time is called at the plate by MT Moody. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first in the top of the 7th. Red Devils down to their final strike here in Zebulon. Alan Majors in the stretch. Kicks and fires the 2-2 check
Yes, he did.
swing.
Yes, he did.
And there's the throw to first, and it's going to be over the head of the first baseman. MT Moody lobbed one down to first over the head of Max Harris, and
man.
the game is still alive.
Oh, man.
All he had to do was throw a strike down to first, and he lollipopped one off the glove of Harris, and we continue.
Wow.
All right, let's get him right here.
So it's going to go down as a strikeout. I believe that's 10
That's
for Majors.
I've got 10 Ks.
But we're going to get the rare 4th out of the inning to have to finish this ball game.
Wow, Majors is going to have to go the distance plus the distance.
And here comes to the plate, Copeland Kersey. First pitch on the way is a fastball in his eyes, and there's ball 1. Man, oh man, a check swing should have been the ball game. It keeps it alive, and here comes Copeland Kersey, a walk and a strikeout tonight. He's batting in the number 8 hole. 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Red Devils. And now the umpire in the field has called timeout and wants to have a word with Coach Ryan Duffy. Apparently, the umpire in the field did not like what he heard coming out of the Jackson dugout and is going to warn Coach Duffy about some chirping coming out of the Red Devil dugout. Well, it's kind of like a basketball game when there's 37 seconds on the clock and it takes 48 minutes to finish.
That's exactly what it is.
We're trying to get the 4th out here in the top of the 7th inning. Pirates lead 6-0. Red Devils, just like a bad case of poison ivy right now, not going away. They've got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Alan Majors trying to go the distance and throw a complete game shutout. And at the plate, he's got the center fielder now for Jackson, Copeland Kersey. He's behind 1-0, righty on righty matchup. All right, we're ready to go again.
Let him hit it.
Majors is in the stretch. And here comes the 1-0. Fastball blew it right by him. Not even close.
Boy, talk about some cheddar.
Woo. That had some heat on that one. 1-1 count. As Kersey swung right through it. Greg, what are you going with on this one?
I'm coming right back
Exactly.
with it. Hit me if you can.
Here comes the 1-1. And he did, but he overthrew it down in the dirt, and now it's 2-1. Pike County trying to get to 500 in the region after beating Callaway 12-1 in Game 2 of that doubleheader last Friday. Jackson trying to stay perfect in the region after sweeping Rutland in their doubleheader last week. Here comes the 2-1. Make it 2-2. Another fastball blew it right by him.
Same spot this time. You got him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That's right. Nothing fancy here. You just go right down the pipe.
And if you're Kersey, you got to know what's coming right here. Trying to keep the game alive for Jackson. Meanwhile, Majors trying to end it out of the stretch. The 2-2 popped out of play. There was the fastball. And Kersey just did get a piece of it to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Jackson has runners at first and second. And the top of the 7th inning, down to their final strike again. Allen Majors, the righty for the Pirates, in the stretch. The 2-2.
Oh,
And
man.
Timeout
Time
called.
is called.
Are you serious? Allen Majors was in his delivery and fired the pitch to the plate. It was swung on and missed. Swung on and missed by Copeland Kersey, and the home plate umpire popped up and called time. And now the home plate umpire is having words with some Jackson fans to our left. The other umpire behind the pitcher's mound has come in, and we've just had fans ejected from the ballgame. The sheriff's deputy is out here on the front row to our left, and both umpires are having words with a fan from Jackson who is now being escorted out of the ballpark by a sheriff's deputy. And the Jackson fans are still chirping right now to the home plate umpire. Wow, oh wow, Majors, the ball was out of his hand. The pitch was swung on and missed, and then the home plate umpire popped up and called time.
To get him to call time.
They were barking.
I think he was, Michael Penn saying I think the timeout was called because of what the fans from Jackson were saying to the umpire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they were barking.
They were
Barking, okay, literally.
That made the umpire look left. He
Got you.
left 3 times.
Well, they are still looking at fans over here from Jackson.
Well, I mean, that would have been the 3rd strike
And
the
the ball
end of
game.
the end the ball game right
The
then.
umpire, like I said, he looked 3 times.
And, I mean, now you've got your pitcher out here for Pike County getting cold.
Yeah, this was.
Should have been the end of the ball game.
If anything, the Jackson fans, what they've done here is they kind of got our pitcher standing up there on the mound. He's pitched a long, great game, a lot on the line.
And now you're trying to figure out, like, what's going on. You got the home plate umpire over here with the sheriff's deputy from Pike County, still waiting on the fan to leave the ballpark. That is our delay right now. And now all 9 Pirates are meeting at the mound. Coach Ryan Duffy, the head coach from Jackson High School, standing down the third base line looking at his fans, waiting on somebody to get out of the ballpark. And you really hate this for the players, and you hate this for both teams.
Don't like it for Majors. I don't like it for our pitcher.
I mean, that should have been the ball game, and we should be out of here.
This reminds me of the Colquitt County game
Yep,
last year.
yep. They caught.
Well, we've got a slight delay here in Zebulon, as it looks like we are waiting for at least one fan. Chris, you got the best view of it. Is it just one? Is there a couple? What's it look like
I
over
think there's several fans that are leaving.
there? Well, we've had fans ejected here tonight. We've had a first baseman take his glove off and throw it at a ground ball. We've had stuff thrown over the fence in the outfield. And now we're ready to go for what would be the 5th out of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th, and one of the strangest games I have ever been to in my life here tonight in Zebulon. Again, the Pirates are 1 strike away. Jackson with runners at first and second. Majors again in the stretch, and again the 2-2 and blew it high and tight. Almost hit him.
Man.
Fastball there from Majors. It was high and tight, and it brushed back Kersey, and now the count's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners are going to be moving on the pitch. Majors in the stretch. The payoff, here it comes, and it's popped up on the infield. Who wants it for Pike County? Right here at the mound.
Baby!
It is caught. And that is going to be the ball game. Pike County is going to win it by a final of 6-0. As Walker Stiltner, the third baseman, will come over and make the catch for the final out of the ball game. And that is it. Finally, it's over in Zebulon. Pike County 6, Jackson nothing. We'll come back and wrap it up and give out our Childress and Justice Player of the Game right after this timeout.
Some people just prefer a pre-owned vehicle over a new vehicle, and that's perfectly fine with us at the Countryside Pre-Owned Supercenter in downtown Jackson. Cars, trucks, vans, Jeeps, SUVs, we've got them. Financing or cash cars. Sometimes we've even got campers, boats, jet skis, and motorcycles. If pre-owned is your thing, then stop by and see us Monday through Saturday at the Countryside Pre-Owned Supercenter, located next to Piggly Wiggly in downtown Jackson. Why is now the best time to buy a new Ram truck from Countryside in Jackson? Here's 3 reasons you can't ignore. Number 1, qualified buyers can take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Number 2, make no payments for 90 days on all new 2026 Ram trucks. And number 3, Countryside will pay the state sales tax on your new 2026 Ram truck. That's right, Countryside is paying your state sales tax, saving you thousands. Need another reason? Ram features the best warranty of any truck in the industry. 10 years, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. See why so many people are making the switch to Ram at Countryside in Jackson. Shop their huge online inventory of new Ram trucks at CountrysideAutomotive.com, and let's find your new ride at Countryside.
Well, we got a final here tonight in Zebulon. 6-0, Pike County has won it over the Jackson Red Devils. Pirates got 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 4 runs in the sixth. They finished the game 6 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. And tonight for the Jackson Red Devils, no runs, no hits, 1 error, as the Pike County starter Alan Majors strikes out 10. Goes the distance, and Chris Childress did not give up a single base hit in the ballgame. How about that tonight for Mr. Majors?
Oh, my goodness. Thanks for cutting my mic back on. Look, guys, I am so sorry if you're listening at home. I about came out of my seat. And the only reason why I got so excited there is I think Majors had to strike that kid out at the plate 3 or 4 different times, it feels like, to try to finish this game. Not only did he have to go through the standing on the mound while my buddy Bobby, the Blue, was throwing some Jackson fans out. He had to wait that out. Right before that batter, there was a strikeout at the plate, drop third strike. M.T. Moody throws the ball out into right field. He had to get through that, too. Majors goes the distance again, plus the distance, with 10 Ks, 4 walks, no hits. Alan Majors, buddy, you are the Childress and Justice Player of the Game.
How about that? Alan Majors will also get that free meal to Ruth's Restaurant right here in Zebulon. A great game all around. Greg Parrott, the Pirates look like the Pirates here tonight. Finally, a complete game from start to finish. That's Pike County baseball right there.
Yes, sir. That looked like what we were doing 2 or 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
But I love to see the way Allen rebounded back from last Wednesday a week ago. He tonight was on a mission. He completed it, and he was on.
Complete game performance tonight by Alan Majors for the Pike County Pirates. He goes 7 innings, strikes out 10, and throws a no-hitter tonight to help Pike County defeat Jackson by the final of 6-0. With the win, Pike County now 2-2 in the region. They're 6-8 overall on the year. Jackson drops to 7-7 overall, and that is the first region loss for the Red Devils. They now sit at 2-1. If you thought this one was fun tonight, boys, they're going to do it twice on Friday night in Jackson. These same two teams will meet at Wallace Field at Red Devil Hill. That's over where the football field is in Jackson. First game Friday is at 4:30. Second game will follow after that, so probably somewhere around 7 o'clock Friday night. Should be a good one. Weather is going to be great. Get over there and join Greg Parrott Friday night. I know you're looking forward to getting down to Jackson for some doubleheader baseball action.
Yes, sir. T. Carmichael, we're coming after you.
For Greg Parrott, for Chris Childress, our producer and director, Michael Penn, and our PA announcer, Michael Moody, I'm Chad Feltman. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight from the Jack in Zebulon. Alan Majors throws a complete game no-hitter for the Pirates, and Pike County beats Jackson by the final of 6-0. Until next time, have a great night. We'll talk to you down the road, and go Pirates.